Ahem. Good morning? Or good afternoon for you European folk. Just 1 second here. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Wow, lots of afternooners. I guess that would make sense, it is kind of early. Alright. How's everyone doing? Hope you've had a good day so far. Just woke up yourself? Yeah. Similar case here. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for stopping in again. Today the plan is obviously the main draw for today is continuing the analytical playthrough of 7 Remake. Should be a lot of fun. Again, like I always say for these streams, please feel free to share any theories or opinions you have about the characters, or the plot points, or the thematics, and I'll definitely engage. So that could be a lot of fun, but if you just want to lurk or whatever, you don't want to talk, that's totally fine too, because I can talk about this game just to myself if I really need to, but I know that won't be the case. People have been interacting the whole time. How's it going, Oblivion? Freaks, Meruhisu, lots of first-time chatters. Nice to see you, Eddie. Zenon, how's it going? Santiera, Ebastia, hey. Finally, you're able to watch. Been busy lately. Well, thanks for stopping by. Morning, Basim. Thank you, Soru. Hey, Oddness, how are you doing? I've seen you before, but I don't think, I've seen you in chat quite a bit, but I don't think I directly, said your name, so, thanks for stopping by. I don't think I said it. Sorry for not doing it until now. Good afternoon. Luciano. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. I've been saying Luciano, but is it Luciano, or would you like to go by something else? Just let me know. Hey, Left Long. Oh, from India. Very cool. Glad to hear it, Will Shaper. Thanks very much. I'm doing okay. I had a not great morning, but we're surviving, you know? Yeah, no problem, Zenon. Hey, Endless Nights, I'm doing alright. Hey, Robert. Oh, really glad you're enjoying the Arcane reactions. Yeah, I think the episode 8 reaction actually has been the one that's gotten the most negative feedback. For one reason or another, it's a little strange, but it's not like it's overwhelming negative feedback. The feedback has generally been extremely good, but I just noticed a bit more negative comments than usual, which is interesting. Oh, that's cool, Abastia. Okay, so I'll say Luciano then. I'll try. I've been saying it the other way this whole time, so I'll try and correct myself. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, cool. Zandy Lazy. Glad to hear it. Thanks for stopping in. No, it wasn't Freaks. I actually delayed it. It's actually going to be January 31st now, so this coming Monday will be the first Attack on Titan reaction. Thanks very much, GTX-sama. Luciano. I'm doing my best here. Hopefully that's good enough. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping in. I think we'll start right away. We got a decent crowd to start. Thanks for coming in again. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. And yeah. Here we go. Oh, crap. No! I hope you guys didn't see that. Oh, you definitely saw a few. I spoiled it a little bit. Good, I'm glad you looked away. I spoiled it for some people, though. Time to disable the bot. Hey, it's okay, it's my mistake. If you don't want to be spoiled, if you want to be spoiled, I guess you can go back, but we're going to go through at least 5 or 6 of them today. So you'll see them. One thing I do want to note, though, is that right here, Undertale and Deltarune were 53. I bumped them up to 51. Just wanted to make note of that. Okay. Aside from that, let's get started. Number 43 is, I think, where we left off, yeah? Hey, what's going on, Rin Gondon? Sorry about the pronunciation if that's wrong. Hey, Dave, how are you? Number 43, who has played this one? Who has been watching Critty's streams for it? Crash Boys, this is my top 100 fiction of all time list. And, we're in the second half. We're in the top 50 now. Amori. So, lots of people have played it, but it seems like not a lot of you guys, so I won't delve too much into it, but it is, in short, it's a fantastic game. I would never say that it doesn't have flaws, because it definitely does. Yeah, as George just says, Rinnegan, sorry, I haven't watched Naruto, I've seen 2 episodes, so, on the 2 playlist, yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, so this game is definitely full of flaws. Well, not full of flaws, but it has distinct flaws in my opinion. One of them being the pacing. There are lots of padded out sections that are just very thin throughout the midsection of the game that I did not enjoy much at all. Or I enjoyed them, but comparatively to the stuff that I was really interested in, it felt like I was just kind of treading water and biding time to get to the more interesting parts. Hey, Spirit Noodle. So you did see one more since last time you tweeted. What do you mean, Luciano? Crash Boys, Berserk is not on the list yet. Oh yeah. Yeah, I did see. I did see 2, Luciano. The same day actually. Berserk is not on the list yet. It could be after this. Who knows? It's not on the list yet. We're counting up from 100. This is not my first playthrough of 7 Remake, Airy. It is my 3rd, I believe. I made a 3-hour, 20-minute video on it, so this is more of an analytical playthrough, where as we go through it, I'll be talking about the story, the themes, the characters, the plot, and discussing it with chat, or myself if chat is a bit quieter. But so far, chat has been very interactive, which I appreciate. But yeah, and we're going to do that in, I don't know, however long it takes me to get through 5 or 6 of these top 100. These are only offline games, right? No, not necessarily. They can be online or offline. It's just works of fiction in general. Hey, how's it going? So, Amori, a lot of you are saying you haven't played it much, or you haven't played it at all. Definitely a lot of trigger warnings attached to it. Things like, I don't know if I should get into them, but there are websites where you can search up trigger warnings for games, so you can look up that, but very, very dark subject matter, very, very harrowing, very disturbing. And if you have personal experience with this sort of thing, it may trigger some things for sure. It's a very visceral game when it gets into that subject matter. However, Poon Tier, in terms of disturbing content, I think for sure. In terms of, yeah, I would say so. But all of that is used for a purpose. All of that is used for fulfillment and gratifying storytelling. The last few hours of this game is one of the best endings to any story I've ever seen. And it really takes that material and, hey, Critty, just in time for Amori, and really takes the full 9 yards. I'm really a big fan of the cast. They use that sort of quirky, Earthbound-ish, Undertale style of dialogue. So it's not exactly the same thing, but it's in the same general style and approach. So if you like that, that's something to, I guess, sink your teeth into. But yeah. Oh, you're finishing it today? Today's not Sekido Day? Oh no, I'm gonna have to watch the VOD. I totally agree. This is one of the best executions of a silent protagonist in anything I've played, for sure. I didn't say this, but it's primarily horror. It's like a hybrid of horror and very Earthbound-esque, lighter stuff. but they merge very cohesively. Even if the lighter stuff, like I said, is padded out and a bit thin at times, that's my biggest problem with it, essentially. And the side quests and side material, early on I realized that it just wasn't for me. It wasn't substantial enough, so I just pretty much didn't do too much of it at all. But the whole package is something I very much enjoy. I love it, and it's within my top 20 games of all time, primarily because of how the ending drove everything home. Which Gritty's gonna play today, which I didn't know. God damn it! I thought today was Sekiro Day. Oh well, the OST is great as well. Yep, actually. I can find some Omori OST. So yeah, the OST is great, the story's great, we've got some top video game characters in this, in my opinion. 3 of them, I'd say. Hey Viamin, how are you? But yeah, give it a try. It's got a strong start, for sure. Hey Gil, how are you? Number 42. Gameplay and style is not for everyone. Again, it's very reminiscent of Earthbound, and if that isn't your thing, you won't like the combat if that sort of style isn't your thing. But if it is, definitely worth trying. You thought it was slow? I thought the beginning of Omori was super strong. I maybe made the decision too fast, but I just figured why wait a whole week when the end is right in front of me. I wish it was. Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD, Critty. Because I'm going to be able to join, but too late to join live, and I want to catch up and watch all of it. So imagine me in spirit in the chat. Okay, 42. This little-known series. So, just get that out of the way. Yeah, I agree, PTM. Why the books, not the movies? Because in my opinion, there is a divergence in my favorite Harry Potter work. Like, there's a decent enough step up or step down between my favorite Harry Potter work. I'm being very vague. Essentially, there may be another Harry Potter movie above this, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't like J.K. Rowling. Most people don't. Are you busy later after your stream? I'm not. I would just have to, like, quickly go to the bathroom and finish up the stream stuff for a few minutes, and then I'd tune in for sure. So I don't like J.K. Rowling, but in this situation, I'm not able. Harry Potter had such a huge, immense impact on my childhood, on my growing up, that I have problems separating. I have problems not separating art from artist in this situation. And it essentially comes down to, what's up, A. Rodriguez? It essentially comes down to Hogwarts. Hogwarts is one of the most magical settings I've ever seen. Just being immersed in it in and of itself was enough for me to absolutely fall in love with the series and everything it did as a child. And it was so formative for me. It's really got me into storytelling, and pretty much is a big reason as to why I'm so obsessed with stories today. And I can't really ignore that, and even when I reread it most recently, I enjoyed the books. I enjoyed them quite a lot. It is riddled, some of the books are riddled with plot holes, and there's a clear division. Like, you can tell they're kind of stories in isolation that don't 100% merge into each other that well. Continuity isn't great. It isn't as well thought out, but nonetheless, pretty much essentially because of the aura and vibe of Hogwarts, it's a strong favorite. Yeah, I agree, Critty. Like, you can see it in certain things here and there, for sure. People have pointed that out. But it's in a lot of the minor things that don't drag much down, in my opinion. Like, there are the names, the naming that she does, very stereotypical. People have pointed that out a lot. And, just certain little plot elements here and there. But the overall opinion I have on it and the magical experience I take away from it, again, a lot of it based in nostalgia, is pretty much irreplaceable. It'll always have a place in my heart. Do you think without nostalgia you would like it less? Yeah, absolutely, I'd like it less. But you could say that for a few dozen of works on this list. What are some plot holes? The time turners is the main one. Just introducing time travel in the way it was introduced, and then just dismissing it after that, and not using it to explain how a bunch of things can be solved, is pretty lazy and sloppy. That's the main one, and that's the one a lot of people talk about. Do you have a top 3 characters? Yes, Snape, Sirius, and Lupin. In the books. But at the same time, my appreciation for them is furthered by their portrayals by the 3 brilliant actors who did the job. The films are very pleasing to look at. Yeah, most of them are. Most of them are well directed, I think. I think out of the 8, I'd say at least, I think 5 of them are quite smoothly directed, and I'd say 2 or 3 of them are superbly directed. They have other flaws, but in terms of direction, yeah. The one thing I didn't like in the movies was how they made Ron more of an idiot, when in reality he's more street smart than book smart, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, I made a 3-hour review on the movies, and that was one of my big problems. They dilute Ron so much in the movies in general, which he's not anywhere that useless in the books. You know, he's soft-spoken, and he's used for comic relief, but I really feel like she would have... Yeah, she does a lot of retconning, yeah, for sure. I do like that you have childhood classics like Harry Potter or Pirates high in these rankings, even above those critically prestigious stuff. I'm probably the same with Spider-Man, yeah. I mean, as much as I try to be totally critical, I can't do that. This wouldn't... If I was trying to separate that sort of thing, it wouldn't be honest to how I really feel. The movies made me feel bad for Hermione settling for someone like Ron. Yeah, the script writers definitely had a bias towards Hermione. Yeah, very flawed. But the strengths, like I mentioned Hogwarts, but there's a lot of great character work too in the 3 in particular that I mentioned. Yeah, I think my top 100 this series would be in the top 20, but they are quite flawed works. I like the least who slithering is, or portrayed in the story. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, and the portrayal of Slytherin, like, there's no chance anyone good could ever come from there, except, like, Slughorn. I don't know. I know it's not quite that simple, but it's pretty damn close to that idea. Let's Finish It the Way We Started Together was kind of peak, to be honest. That was a movie exclusive. That wasn't in the book. But yeah, pretty much what I want to say about Harry Potter. Any last thoughts about it? You being told at the age of 11 you are in the evil house is good teaching. What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, must work for some. What's up, Shadow? And then at the end, in movie 7, what McGonagall says, like, every single Slytherin, get the hell out of here. I know that none of you want to help us. You're all evil. The thing I most love about the books is how the parental relationship of Sirius with Harry is portrayed. That's one of my absolute favorite things as well. And you could tell the actors had such great chemistry as well. It was portrayed super well in movies 3 and 5. It was just, I don't know. They captured the soul of that relationship super well. That was one of the huge strengths of the movie. Hey, Uber Shovel. First time I caught your stream. Your videos are among my favorite on YouTube. Glad to hear it. Thanks for the host, Mardo Pro. I love in movie 7 when they arrive in Hogsmeade and you hear Potter. I love the world building a lot. Yeah. Me who gets Slytherin on every Hogwarts house test is crying. Don't worry. Don't listen to JK. Hisoka saying transmuters are fickle and dishonest. Kiloi. Should I watch it for the first time as a young adult? Well, this is about the book specifically, but I mean, worth trying out. It doesn't become a cultural worldwide phenomenon through being awful. I don't like some people say it's an awful series, but it's got draw to it for sure. So worth trying out. Anyways, number 41. I think this will take much less time. Moadu Penguin Drum. Critty doesn't like this one. Has anyone seen this one? Shadow has, I know that. This is my favorite Ikuhara work. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Need to get back on a couple things. I like to view books and their adaptations as complementary. Look forward to reading Fight Club and American Psycho. Yeah, Fight Club's book complements the film really, really interestingly. I honestly think the relationship with past is a super interesting idea, and I don't really know where I stand on it. Obviously, it seems like it's good to be critical about things in general, but things at the end of the day are only valuable because we have an emotional connection to them, whether that be a connection to the story or to finding deeper themes, etc. Yeah, I just go by gut emotional feel, and then after I feel that, try to boil down why I feel that. That's essentially my process. It's from the Utena guy, yep, Ikuhara. So Mawaru Penguin Drum, it's very difficult to sum up. It's something you kind of have to experience to fully, well, I mean, you could say that about everything, so forget I just said that. But it's very wacky, very weird, very off-kilter and eccentric, and at times you don't know where it's going. But everything about this show is very metaphorical, and there are so many things it does with the structure and approach and visuals and tone and the way the characters act and interact as layers are peeled that make everything so meaningful a second time round. I watched it on rewatch and I liked it more. And once you realize the core purpose of why everything is the way it is and what certain things mean, it is a very gratifying, emotionally captivating experience in my opinion. Yeah, I totally agree with that too, Abastia Critty. Like, so much is dependent on when in your life you watched it, your circumstances, and all of that. Yeah, it's so metaphorical, Penguin Drum, that there are lots of things going all over the place, lots of symbols, and it might be hard to grasp at first, and personally, I haven't grasped everything myself. Like, I don't think it's possible for me in my life to grasp everything that's in there, but the core messages are very much there to see once all is said and done. And I really like the characters, I really like the cast, the music is quite good. Some of the episodes are the most visually stunning and my favorite in anime in general. And it all coalesces really well, I think. I think it streamlines together and merges into an incredibly gratifying experience full of pain and some happiness and just... Yeah, it's a great experience. I really love Penguin Drum. Yeah, give it a try. If you like Ikuhara stuff and haven't tried it out, definitely I'd recommend it. Hey, Dragonite. Oh, new painting of Guts. Cool. Good luck with it. The reveal of the librarian to be a bit underwhelming. Why? It was understated, but I like that. It very much plays into the approach of the character, in my opinion. Sounds like it is Fooly Cooley-esque. In terms of metaphorical storytelling, kind of. But there are a lot of ways in which it diverges. Yeah, definitely. Captain. Captain. Quick thing I forgot. I hate how Slytherin feels like it's evil just to be evil. The bad rep mixed with early practically makes it a self-fulfilling prophecy that they'll be nasty. Yeah, it's almost a self-perpetuation, right? It didn't feel as abstract and difficult to understand as I was expecting it to. Utena is more of that, I feel. It was my first Ikuhara work, Shadow, so that might be why I felt that way when I first watched it. Episode 9, yeah, absolutely beautiful. Good. Well, keep striving, keep moving forward, Dragonite. Good luck with all your work. But yeah, and that's number 41. 40. I think we'll do 5 or 6. We'll do maybe 2 or 3 more. And then this one. I'm saying primarily the anime for Beastars. I'll say the things I don't like about Penguin Drum was the way it handled certain aspects of the characters felt tone deaf. When Ringo does evil to the main character. Oh, yeah. Is he treated as he was like he was wrong? I would have to go back and look at that. But yeah, definitely, if you feel that way about some of the interactions, then yeah, that must feel inconsistent and hypocritical. I've never felt that way, but maybe upon rewatch, I'll see that. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'm just dumb, Shadow. Yeah, Baby Gill. I have read the manga for Beastars. That's why I'm saying primarily the anime. I've read the entire manga. Beastars Top 40, yep. So, okay, so Beastars. The phenomenal cast, well, phenomenal... I've seen some people say it's a bit top-heavy. The best characters in it are absolutely phenomenal, all-time favorites. Legoshi, Louis, Haru. Legoshi and Louis are by far the top two, but I like Haru a lot as well. And then some of the ones that are kind of secondary are really contributory and good as well. How's it going, C5? when the stream is not ending. Yeah, but yeah, the anime does hit different. I fell in love with Orange's adaptation of Beastars. I love the tone they capture. I love the sense of direction, the visuals, and how everything is just... They just do everything right. The music is one of the best anime soundtracks in general. The way the plot progresses, and they do rearrange things quite a bit, especially in Season 2. But it's always tonally spot on. It's always very theatrical and dramatic, but not over the top and hammy, which with that approach you can get carried away with that sort of thing. But it's all very appropriate. They convey the setting very well. Cherryton is such a rich and atmospheric setting for the backdrop of the first two seasons. And I love everything they do. You think the manga is just as good? I thought the manga was just as good until the final arc, which I know it's cliche, everyone says it. I'm not a fan of the final arc. I don't like a lot of the things it does, but maybe the anime and the way it adapts it will make me change my mind about that. The reason I'm saying primarily the anime is because I don't like the ending. Excited for Season 3. Hopefully they improve on whatever problems. Yeah, like I just said, yeah. Legoshi, Louis, Haru, Juno, Riz, Jack, Pina, Bill. Yeah, every single one you said. Riz becomes an amazing character in like 2 chapters. Pina, love Yukikaji's performance for Pina. Bill, consistently a really great, I guess, foil for Legoshi in terms of carnivorous instincts and all of that. The atmosphere in the anime, yeah, it's one of the best animes in terms of atmosphere I've seen. The texture, his flavor, his war, they all make for my, sweet adolescence. Beautiful line. Twisted. So messed up. They take the premise, the premise of the story is taken so damn far, and they do so many things with it that it kind of boggles the mind. How is that one Kenshin OVA sitting with you today? It's sitting very well. It's on this list. It's number 78. It can pretty much make anything feel peak. I hope so. I really hope so. Gohin and Gosha. Yep. Those ones as well. And as well as another character that gets introduced. Another 2 characters that get introduced later on. Which season did you like more? It's tough because I think Season 1 is a bit more better in terms of the presentation. I think that it's just a tiny bit more... It's got a tiny bit more flair and dramatic essence to it, if you know what I mean. But Season 2... expands upon it so well. It adds so many characters that are very interesting and contributory. So the story content in Season 2 I like more, and they adapted it extremely well. Whereas the presentation, I think Season 1 is a slightly better adaptation, but they're both amazing adaptations, of course. So as an adaptation, Season 1, overall, in terms of enjoyment, it's really tough, but maybe Season 2? Yeah, so charismatic. And he completely reverses the carnivore-herbivore dynamic just upon the way just his demeanor, right? Great character. Neither Mother or Earthbound are on the list, Baby Go. Season 2 was hella engaging for me. Yeah, it was great. Are Are Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, or Twilight Princess on the list? Majora's Mask is. It's right. I just went over it the other day. Number 45. Oh, crap. Oh, I did it again. God damn it. Number 45. Whatever. We're going through those today anyway. But yeah, Beastars. Amazing series. When Pina was sizing up Legoshi and Bill pulls him to like, hey, what are you doing to my... I love that scene. I love it. The little touches, man. Yeah, Bill's amazing. He has this big moment in episode 4, but ever since then, it's not like he peaks there. Well, it depends on how you want to define peak, but that's his big moment, but he stays consistently great throughout. Will you be publishing the list once it's complete? Yeah, and I'll be splicing together an edited video of this. Yeah, as the resident Beastars stan, Auden, as you like Season 1 and Season 2 equally. Nice, yeah, it's pretty much equal to me, for me as well. They have different strengths, but the same strength at the same time. No, don't worry, Oblivion, that was my fault. I didn't white out the text I needed to. Okay, 39. Here we go. Here's a series that has been... Season 3 would finish the anime, right? Depends on how long it is. 12 episodes I don't think is enough, unless they... Yeah, I don't think that's enough at all. I think it would have to be 2 core. 39 is a series that's been... Oh, okay, hold on. I got a long message before I do that. First time watching you on Twitch. Been following your videos for a long time, and you're the only person I have on my friends list on Mal, and your ratings are so on point, if I may say so. Really in tune with my own. You're very welcome. Thanks for letting me know, Crane Spotting. Thanks for stopping by, too. Oh, they announced it's the final one. Okay. So yeah, it's going to have to be 2 core for them to do it properly, I think. Okay. Big series, big series. Here it is, yep. Yeah, one of the best first seasons of anything I've ever seen. I adore Arcane. I could talk about it forever and have talked about it forever if you've seen my reactions. Oh yeah, Critty, I watched the final episode a month ago. It's just releasing them has been taking a while because of editing and all that. I think when you finished it, you said it was right below Durarara, so this is surprising. Yep, it got elevated. What can I say? A little bit higher than expected, to be honest. Yeah, it was lower than this before. But Arcane, just the more you think about it and the more you look at the little details, how much is said subtextually, how many layers they are throughout. Durarara rewatch needed? It's high, man. It's in my top half. I think it's like 49. A fantastic cast, phenomenal cast, I think. Visuals are absolutely top-notch. You can't ask for better visual storytelling, better visuals in general. Animation is so smooth. I think it took them like 6 years to make this, and you can totally see why, because it is such a supreme production. I hope that they don't feel rushed for Season 2, and they just take as much time as they can to make it as good. Absolutely loving your reactions. You're really good at quickly picking up the minute details and their meanings and communicating your feelings. Oh, thank you very much. Glad you enjoy them, Captain. But yeah, it's just top to bottom. It doesn't do everything in an 11 out of 10 way, but it does so many things in a super strong way. I can't pick out any weaknesses in this show at all. And it just gets better and better. It builds upon foundations so well. It does so many things with societal themes and how they apply to characters. The amount of character parallels that you can fit in this baby, like holy shit. There are character parallels all over the damn place. Have you checked the League lore before Arcane? I was completely blind going into Arcane. I didn't know anything about League of Legends at all. It's got something for everyone, and it doesn't, it's a very bleak story, but it's not needlessly bleak. It's not like they aren't shining lights. They use colors very well in terms of color palettes, in terms of showing very bleak spots and very dark spots, and in comparison with the light spots. You'll notice that in Act 3, this is, without context, this isn't a spoiler, but Act 3, all the stuff with the Firelights' hideout is the only area with a bright color palette, and that's very indicative. Are we in the 10s yet? Strong 9 still. I'm still noticing new parts of Arcane's writing I like more after watching people's reactions, but I feel like the potential it has definitely warrants a spot like this. I put in my top 100 too, but you happen to have some of my top 20 in higher spots. Yeah, in the higher spots, yeah. It's the type of thing where it definitely gets better and better over time as you see reactions, as you discuss certain things or reflect on it. Jace is a phenomenal character. Silco is one of the best antagonists I've seen, in my opinion. Yeah, episode 9 is phenomenal. Arcane all about the duality, and cool to see all the comparisons, yeah. Duality is supposed to be a primary theme of it, and you can tell. It's baked into every aspect of it. Visually, audio-visually as well, in terms of the character work, everything. It's so efficient in storytelling, it's actually bananas. It doesn't waste any time in scenes to progress the story, character journeys, etc. Yeah, one thing I like the most about it is that, well, like I mentioned, the subtextual storytelling and the minor details, but it trusts the viewer so much to pick up on this stuff and apply it and remember. And I love when shows are confident enough to do that, or stories in general. Yeah, I knew nothing about League lore as well. Jace actually always reminds me of you. Oh, why's that? I take that as a compliment, but lots of people dislike him. Is it because he's based? I hope so. Oops. I wish Arcane was done with Piltover so seasons could explore other regions. I love Piltover. I could watch endless seasons of Piltover. But yeah, I'd like to explore Noxus for sure. I don't agree with that, Unish. I think Act 3 was the best one. My girlfriend and I have been watching it super slowly on purpose and taking for hours after every episode. Oh, it's gonna be sad to end it. I felt that exact way, yeah. You could talk forever about so many things to do with all of it. He's your favorite character? Nice. Same here. It's close, but he is my favorite character. He's very contemplative as well. Yeah, I guess I kind of look like him a little bit, which is that's a compliment. He's a super good-looking guy. Also, love how they're willing to make a conversation fun to watch, like when Jinx will just set off a glitter bomb to make her monologue enjoyable to watch. Nothing felt lazy, yeah. There's stuff everywhere. And having done a reaction series to it, I talked for hours about this series, and I still, it's impossible to get every little detail. Honestly, I could tell very quickly that Jace is an AJ Core character. Me too. The minute I saw, the episode 2, I knew he was AJ Core. He speaks to me, man. I started the series mid-season. Never let someone use your net. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. That's awful. You did an Arcane tier list after the ending, right? Yep. That is in my episode 9 reaction discussion. That is at the end of the video. So the tier list will be in that next week when I release it. I included voice and demeanor, but that's probably not implied. Oh, cool. I like his voice, too. Victor is best character. Victor's amazing. Jace is so cool, he should start making videos on Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, the more you talk about it, your love of it increases a lot. Spoiler alert, Hunter x Hunter is higher than this on the list, and I honestly would not love Hunter x Hunter nearly as much as I do if I haven't spent so much time talking about it and thinking about it. Same with Haikyuu, same with Attack on Titan, Berserk, also, Mad Men, stuff like that. Mega spoiler. Unless you realize how shallow it is through that. Well, luckily all the stuff I love isn't shallow, at least in my opinion. Mega spoiler. But yeah, Arcane, phenomenal. Anything anyone else has to say about it? Because I could continue this. No way you just spoiled Hunter x Hunter like that. My bad. And yeah, I didn't even mention Jinx. Phenomenal character, Jinx. Vi is great too. Are you ready for a 24-hour stream? I'm not ready for that. I can't wait until I'm able to do more Twitch stuff like subscriptions and channel points and that. 2 more streams after this, and we'll be able to. Enough love for Heimerdinger. I love Heimerdinger, to be honest. I think he's great. I think he's awesome. I think he's a great character. In my tier list, his placing might surprise people. Do you find it hard to rank Western media against Japanese stuff and games against shows? No. It's like I said, it's just gut-based emotional reaction, how I feel about something. I can compare 2 works and go, yeah, I like this one better. And then after that gut emotional reaction, I then try to figure out why that is. And that can sometimes be difficult, but I know what the truth is when comparing them. Yeah, I really am into the media I adore. Yep. Jace was an interesting character because across the series he had moments in which he was very hesitant about his ideas and vision for Piltover, while in others he tried to be headstrong. We always bear witness to him going back and forth about his decisions. Yep. I think if I had to boil the appeal of Jace down to one thing, it would be... this is so cliche, I'm sorry, please don't cringe, but humanity. Jace is such a genuinely, honestly human character in the way he ebbs and flows and progresses and comes back and tries to stay true to himself and strays, but then he always has that sense of heart no matter what. But yeah, I love him. Medarda's twink boy, best boy. Yeah, I didn't notice, actually. That guy was in episode 5 in the brothel. Interesting little touch there. You see him with a mask on, and then you see him again in episode 8 and 9. Would you say you generally enjoy games more than anime or vice versa? I tend, on average, I like games more than anime, yeah. But I don't want to spoil the list later. But yeah, on average, yeah. The possibility of Arcane Cinematic Universe fills me with hope. Yeah. So I'd be totally down for that. Again, I just hope they don't rush into it. I want them to take their time. Hunter x Hunter is closest to peak fiction tier, which only has 4 spots, because your experience with it was just so incredible, but if I had talked about it as much as you have, it would definitely be there already. So why not just talk about it some more, Critty? I don't see the problem here. Heimerdinger is kind of a meme character in the game. Oh yeah, well, maybe that's why people don't like him, I don't know. He's a great, super great character. Jace would not be nearly as good as he is without him. You would not, like, he expands so many things about Piltover and Hextech and the history of this setting. Heimerdinger's awesome. The story cannot function without him. It's the same way for me. Rationalization for my love comes after that feeling I have. Yep, it's the feeling, the instinctual feeling first. Yeah, I agree, Captain. Yep, I totally agree with that too. Did Arcane make you even slightly think about playing League? No, it didn't. I can't get into that. Is 13 Sentinels here? Not so far. But perhaps, who knows? I hope you enjoyed it, if my video pushed you to get it. Jace has a lot of unexpected depth, like the way he actually heeds Heimerdinger's advice to wait. Exactly, I love that. I love that, because he never completely shuts down any options because his heart is always in the right place, so he doesn't... It's got all the makings of this sort of corruption arc, but at the same time, he never loses track of what he wants to do and who he is. He has a wherewithal to take a step back, yep. Like his love for Victor that prevents him from scaling back Hextech, yeah. Jace would not be nearly as good as he is if he didn't regress. You know, he'd go towards certain directions and then he regresses because he remembers who he is and what he wants out of life and what his goals are. That makes me really admire him a ton. Dreams but no tangible direction. Yes, I do agree with that, Abastia. I definitely agree with that. Hunter x Hunter's always been your top one because it is the most important fictional work to me. You just had stronger feelings at other points, but none of them are as essential to your identity, so I now call it my top one. The agenda. The agenda. Love to hear it, Shadow. Don't worry, I'm not going to play any League. Is Nier Automata on this list? You'll have to wait and see. Victor is GOAT. He is indeed. I love Victor. Would you be okay with Arcane Season 2 taking 6 more years if it was the same quality, or would you want it to be released earlier even if it's just decent? I can wait 6 years. I can wait 6 years. I'll be old by the time this story's finished, but I'm fine with it. And I like how Heimerdinger isn't unambiguously wise and correct like you'd archetypally expect. Yep, exactly. The thing with Heimerdinger is that you see where he's coming from, he makes some good points, but just because of the position he's in, he has so many blind spots and he cannot relate to the perspectives of people like Victor and Jace, so you understand why they confirm him. I just read a comment. Combat him. Why they disagree with him, ideologically and in terms of other things. But you see where he's coming from, and you see the blind spots and flaws he has, and they're all very human. They're all very organic and natural, and he's not just an archetype for the sake of it, just like you said. The flaw of Heimerdinger is that he barely ages, which screws with his perspective and empathy. I think he has sentiment and sympathy and maybe some bits of empathy, but yeah, he's just not able to bring himself down to their level, to the level of people with a shorter lifespan who are dealing with these issues that he's never really had to deal with, and he is blind to a lot of the things that go on in Zon. Then what about you? Yep. So that conversation with him and Victor I love because it, on one hand, shows his deep care and sentiment and compassion. None of that is ingenuine. None of that is a lie. But at the same time, it very much shows off some of his hypocrisies, some of his flaws, and some of the things he just can't bring himself to see about other people and their situations. Waiting 6 years as an Umineko fan is just the right amount. Perfect. But yeah, Arcane 39, it's risen a bit since I started this list. It was around 52, 53 before. I rose it a lot. By the way, Critty, Undertale was 53, now it's 51. Just so you know. But yeah, Arcane is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I could talk about it forever and have talked a bit about it forever. I don't think Season 2 will require as much as Season 1 to have the same quality. Yeah, they have the foundation and everything set. They know where they want to... Like, there are lots of foundations set in terms of assets, visual assets, and plot lines, too. So I think 4 years is realistic. 3 or 4 years. I think anything less than 3 years, though, and I'd be worried about them rushing it. Undertale rises a spot every time you play Fallen Down on a stream. Possibly. Yeah, okay. I think that's all for Arcane. By the way, don't feel like you can't ask me things about Arcane or any of these works while I'm streaming something, because I love talking about them, and I would talk forever if I could. Okay. We'll do... you guys saw up to 30s. Okay, last one here. This isn't the end of the tier, by the way. This is just the last one I'm going to do today. Number 38, Monogatari. This has been another grower. It grew on me. When I first watched it, I thought it was very solid, very good, but it never struck me emotionally. That completely changed when I rewatched it around this time last year, maybe 10 months ago or something. Are we finally getting in the 10s? Not quite. Almost, I promise. I think this is the last strong 9 anime. Monogatari. How to sum up Monogatari? Visuals, consistently excellent. There are higher peaks than others, Kizu being one, in my opinion. Bake being the best directed season, probably, overall. There are some parts of the story that I'm not as into. There's some characters... Well, no, the cast is generally fantastic, so forget that. So there are some dips and valleys, but generally the baseline level of presentation is excellent. The baseline level of writing is excellent. My number 5, nice. Truly GOAT, but how do I recommend this to people? You give them a bit of a warning. You can be as vague as you can, but at the same time, don't sugarcoat it. What's your opinion on Nariko as a... Well, actually, there was something else I wanted to look up before that. I haven't tried to make an order top 100 like I did with the Mosaic, which is ordered by rings. Yeah, around the center, so it's more like tiers, but definitely I'm like, this one is definitely on the inner ring. And then I realized I already filled it in. Oh, yeah. That's why it's so tough. Second season is my favorite stretch. Probably, too, yeah. What's your opinion on Nariko as a character? I personally really like her, and interactions with Kuchinawa, her interactions with Kaiki and Senjugahara are also really fun. Nariko is one of my favorite characters in the series. Everything to do with her later development and progression is super interesting. relatable in some ways, but that's less important. Just really well presented, and the way they play around with perspective and unreliable narrators, and the heart of why she ends up being the way she is, and her demeanor, and why that is, how that manifests in her, how her psychology brings out about that manifestation in her demeanor. The voice acting's great. She has peak moments, like when she loses her shit at everyone in her classroom. Nadiko's great. She's one of my favorite characters in the story, but not my favorite. That would be reserved for a certain 1,000-year-old vampire woman. Oh, that's kind of random. Sorry, ways. But Twilight Princess. You're now spitting. I wasn't spitting before. Yeah, Shinobu's my favorite. I just don't recommend Monogatari to someone because I feel like it's something you'll naturally encounter if you're the target audience anyway. If you're drawn into the stylistics, familiar with tropes, it's an experience that's played better to an experienced audience. That's true. I think that might be why I didn't like it at first as much, Critty. But 3-4 years after, I found that I was able to get a lot more out of it. Sodachi and Nadiko are top 2. Oh, nice. I love the Sodachi pick. One day I'll do a tier list for them. No, don't worry, Asoria. It was random, but I don't condone it at all. Like that's fine, totally fine. Feel free to ask me about anything. Oh, with post-anime context, I need to read the novels, or the material at least. Bakemonogatari is the same anime. Yep, Bake is the first season that was adapted. Yeah, I see that as well, Creddy. A little further down the line, yeah, I think I agree. I know nothing about Monogatari, just that it has great characters. What genre is it? It's technically a harem, is it not? But I mean, that's boiling it down a bit too much, right? Supernatural / harem, yep. Supernatural mystery harem, yep. Huge psychological focus, Zenon. Genres don't say much overall, yeah, they don't. I don't like many harems, but here it is in my top 40, right? It's very dialogue focused, very super centric on dialogue. So if you don't like people talking a lot, even if it's really well written, it might not be for you. But personally, I can't remember being bored once during my rewatch of it. What genre is Beastars? Oh boy, I don't know. Let's see. Beastars. Beastars is drama slice of life. I mean, yeah, I can see that. Drama slice of life according to my anime list. Senju Gahara is probably one of my favorite anime characters. Yeah, totally understandable. Good writing genre. Do you ever notice yourself liking anime with psychological elements more than others? Yeah, I suppose that's a bit of a trend, but I mean, psychological elements is quite a large umbrella, you know? But yeah, I suppose so. What's the best watch order? Not getting into this one, sorry. Look up a guide online. I do not want people on my ass. Cheeky smartass genre. Okay, but yeah, that's the last one I want to cover today. We talked for an hour about 6 series, so as we get deeper into my top 100, we're going to spend more and more time on this stuff. But I'm glad. I think these 6 are very, very near and dear to my heart, and I'm glad we spent a lot of time on them. Anything anyone else wants to say about Monogatari? Can't wait for a Hunter x Hunter stream. Oh boy. When we get to Umineko or Mad Men, I'm popping off, by the way. How do you know they're there? It might not be there. Favorite arc? Oh, it's so tough. Oh, man. Oh. Hitagi and One that's unpopular, well, Koyomi Vamp, Sodachi, all the Sodachi stuff, Koyomi Reverse. One that's unpopular that I really love is Mayo Jiangshi. That's one of my absolute favorites, but not a lot of people love it. But since I love Shinobu, it was absolutely up my alley. I loved everything it did, except for some things it did with Child Hanekawa. But yeah, those are a bunch of my favorites. Am I missing one? Sodachi, I said. Oh, Ogi, the Ogi one, Ogi Dark. All right, Davinator, thanks for stopping by. It is my favorite shaft work, yep. I can't really decide a top one, but those are a bunch of them. Tsubasa Tiger, yep. It's definitely not top one, but I do love it. I do love it for sure. Yeah, like Critty said, the Kaiki point of view is such a contrast. It's just like a breath of fresh air. It's more like a winter storm, but he's so dry and entertaining. Whenever Kaiki's the point of view, there's super engaging. All right, Zenon. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. Araragi makes me do... Oh, no. Yeah, I get that. Tsubasa Tiger is one of the best arcs I've ever seen in all fiction. Yeah, it's amazing. Umineko ruined my life too. Don't worry, Abastia. Cool. Nice. AJ's just gonna tell us to watch his videos once we reach top 20. Perhaps. Some of them I haven't made videos on, though. I don't think. Yeah. No, I know what you mean about Abastia. I was joking. Yeah, Kaiki's a big reason why I still think Nisei is full of elements that I don't like as much. Probably the ones you'd predict. But Kaiki and Shinobu are the reasons, are like huge shining lights in that season. Okay, we got about 4 or 5 left in this tier, but we're going to end it here for today and move on to Final Fantasy VII. You should start Dark. Maybe one day. I've heard good things about it. I think we're going to move on to the analytical playthrough then. This is almost exactly as much time as it took me to do it last Wednesday, too. Can you show the list so far? Sure. So... I'm just going to slowly scroll through it. You can pause if you need to in the VOD. Here... the next page, and each colored tier is just a slight bit above the next, or above the last. Oh crap. Well, this one's, so I spoiled it again. Spoiler alert, Social Network is next. We'll cover that next time, but this we're up to 38 now. Okay. There we go. All right, Shadow. Thanks very much. Just got to shift a few things here. So I imagine there will be a bit of a drop in viewership, which is totally cool. Not everyone wants to see an analytical playthrough, and I get it. But those who do, thank you very much. Sorry, just fixing things up here. Hey, Alec, do you have a streaming schedule? Yep. You planted the story about the chicken, didn't you? I love it. Some of the humor in that game is so good. Or that movie, sorry. Do you have a streaming schedule? Yes, I do. It's on my stream page. It's every Monday and Wednesday, and then I think I might want to add in a Sunday. Every Monday and Wednesday morning this time, and I think I might add in a Sunday. We'll see. But it's on my Twitch page. You can check the schedule there. I don't have a favorite Arcane moment, but it might be Jace's haunting smile. It might be that. That's the first thing that springs to mind, to be honest. But it could also be... Okay. Just let me know if the audio is off or if I need to adjust anything, by the way. If this is too loud or anything. Just gonna tweet out that I'm starting the remake and fix up the title here. What part of the remake are you at? I'm at, I just finished the first 2 chapters, so I just got into 7th Heaven for the first time. We're going to talk a bit about Tifa, Biggs, Wedge, Jesse. We already talked a lot about Cloud, Sephiroth, Mako, Midgar, the setting, the Whispers. Okay. I think we're all set. This is intergrade, yes. This is an analytical playthrough, so I am not blind. As we go through, I'm going to be talking about things I know about the story, so it's not blind at all. But we're going to be theory crafting, or not theory crafting, but just talking about stuff, stopping and talking about characters and all that sort of thing. Any talk on Tifa's new big hit? We talked about it last week. Very interesting. Okay, so something I want to draw your attention to first. Interpretation crafting. The superior theory crafting. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Luciano. That's nice. I love when players start in like the Americas and then end up playing for their other countries that might be a part of their culture or their background. I am aware. That's what we talked about last week, Druid. So something I didn't talk about last week actually with Tifa is that very notable is I did talk about this actually, but the color palette completely warms when you join up with her, when you first see her. The color palette has been completely dark blue, black, toxic greens of the Mako. Tifa's the first person that introduces this sense of warmth through Seventh Heaven here.
Before we get on to money.
All right, Turtle Man, thanks for stopping by.
There's an apartment in a place just down the road. It's nothing fancy, but I was thinking you could stay there for now. The landlady's a big friend of the cause, so you wouldn't even have to pay rent. Sound good?
Sure does. Thanks.
Follow me then. How was it up on the plate?
It was chaotic.
Sorry for dragging you into all this. It was wrong of me to put you in danger like that. I promise I won't do it again.
Danger's part of the job. Don't worry about it.
Lots of little details
I'll try
as you walk through here.
Always happy to help stick it to Shinra.
Not good at all.
I don't know what it is.
So, you make nice with everyone?
Much as I could, all things considered. Maybe not enough for them.
Good. You had me worried. You're not exactly a people person.
I'll give you that.
So lots of an indication that they have some sort of history. She knows him very well, but it's been a long time since she's seen him.
I saw Sector 8 on the news.
Yeah, no worries, Captain.
It was like a war zone.
The news is just another Shinra mouthpiece.
Also,
They'll
this
spread whatever
backdrop.
lies Shinra tells them to.
Look at this
So-
backdrop.
It wasn't that bad?
It was.
Oh, right.
Think they'll attack Sector 7? The topsiders brought this on themselves.
And here we are. Good old Stargazer Heights. You're on the second floor. Room 201 here is where I sleep. Don't have time for much else, what with 7th Heaven and all. Not even time to decorate.
Yep, they did say topsiders. Yep.
Here's your room, 202.
There are lots of parallels
Don't
between
worry. I already told the landlady
7
about you.
and Arcane, actually,
did?
Critty.
Yes? Oh, I mean, I told her I had a friend looking for a place to stay. Was that too much?
No. It's fine. And this?
That one's, know what? It's getting late. I'll introduce you tomorrow.
So I don't want to dive into... Poor choice of words. I don't want to dive into Tifa's character too much at the moment because she has some substantial stuff coming up, but soon
should be
enough.
To get you through the night. If you want anything else, we can always get it.
There is one thing. My money. You guys owe me 2,000, remember?
I do. And we
Body language here. Look at her body language.
Especially since this was your first job for us. But
That's it?
sorry, we spent the rest preparing for the mission. That really is it. But not for long. I'm collecting money for filters tomorrow, so I can pay you after.
And you're sure about that?
Of course, as long as you help, that is. Wait, then I'd have to pay you for that too. Never mind.
No, 2,000's enough. That's what we agreed on, so that'll be the price. With what you gave me, that leaves 1,500.
You're the best. I'll see you bright and early at the bar then. Thanks again for everything. Sleep tight.
This man sleeps in this equipment. Yeah, Spider-Man 1 reference, yep. This scene is bizarre. I'm not a huge fan of this scene.
Guess it's time for introductions.
First time around I did Spirit Noodle. I'm not going to be doing that this time though. Just primarily story, main quest. So this is absolutely bizarre.
Hey,
It's got a
you okay in
function,
there?
but it's just weirdly executed.
Coming in.
Cloud, stop!
Get back inside! Get off me!
This is cool. I love this part.
What are you doing to Marco? This is his apartment. He's got a few problems, but he's not a bad guy. The landlady asked me to check on him now and then to make sure he's okay. Can I ask you to do the same?
Sure.
So the stuff... yeah, what the fuck, Cloud? That's Marco. So the stuff with Sephiroth, yeah, the stuff with Sephiroth, that's all fine. The flashback to the reunion, that was cool. That was cool imagery. But Tifa just saying he's got a few problems, but he's not a bad guy. This man is not functioning as a human being. He can't function. Like, what do you mean? He's got a few problems, but he's not a bad... How is he even living there? He's crawling around and moaning and not functioning as a human. Like, are you not concerned? I don't know. There's just the idea of him having a few problems, but he's not a bad guy and just living there is bizarre to me. But it does have a Yeah, it is wacky. It's super wacky. It does have a function through introducing the idea of the reunion and Cloud's mental state and all of that. It definitely has a function. The execution is just weird. I don't know. I've always found that strange. How's it going, 1,000 Arrows? But we mosey on. Nice digs. Not bad for Sector 7. Not bad for the underside. Very reminiscent of the movie-like portrayals of mental illness where a character sees things that are not real. Yeah, they definitely established that sort of thing pretty early on. In Tragedy of Macbeth, nice. Yeah, the paranoia makes sense, but it's just, logically, it's weird. Would someone like Tifa be down for this guy to just be lumbering around in this room this entire time, like, not functioning? I think someone would get him help or try to do something or be very creeped out. Like, he's got a few problems, but he's not a bad guy is a very weird way to explain away that. I've always just found it weird. But it's not a huge... It's hardly even a problem, you know? Just a strange scene. He's fine, man. That's just Marco. Just Marco.
Marl, your landlady. So
Oh, nice.
how'd you like
1,000
the
Arrows.
place? You from up on high?
I've been around.
I'll bet. No matter. All kinds come through with all kinds of reasons. If you ever need an ear to bend, I'll lend you mine. Can be about anything. Even Tifa.
What's she to you?
The granddaughter I never had. And if you hurt her, I'll take it out of your hide. You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good. Now you'd best get a move on to 7th Heaven. She's got a head start on you and then some.
So, just showing the backdrop here in daylight. It looks better at night, but still, like, what? Being able to look up at this is so much better than having in my opinion, than having to look down on Midgar. It's so much more immersive. Yeah, the animations for just regular dialogue scenes is a bit janky. It's very realistic and believable and detailed in the mainline cutscenes, but in just regular dialogue like that, it can be janky. But yeah, nice little details throughout. This place is full of life, immediately.
You were supposed to be working in Sector 8 yesterday.
It does look so good. Oh, you mean the game? Yeah, it is so good. I love how Cloud is so awkward in these kinds of scenes. He is a kid in a man's body. Yeah, my favorite line of his is a bit later, tomorrow. I talked about it in my video, I think, but we'll see it again.
We won't be getting any more shipments. You won't get the best of me. You can't do it.
I might have dinner at 7th Heaven tonight.
Morning.
Hey.
Just so you know, Marlene's still asleep. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Huh?
These water
She's
filters won't
so
replace
beautiful.
themselves.
Yep.
Although the next batch probably could, if Jessie put her mind to it. Most every home in the area has one. Folks love them because they practically eliminate the rotten egg smell. Honestly, they make us more money than this place. And it's easy money too. We bring new filters, collect the old ones, and get paid. What?
Give me a break. I'm
See,
not a
again,
salesman.
look at this child.
I'm a soldier.
Which
Sad
is why
dog
no one will
noises.
refuse to pay. What do you say? Please?
He is such a child.
Let's get this
Fine.
over with.
Great. And while we're at it, I'll give you the grand tour.
Brand dude, yes I do, and it's actually ready. I made a video on the Yuffie episode, and it'll be out in a couple weeks.
Go ahead and keep whatever we collect. Seeing as you didn't bring any luggage, I'm guessing there's
Yeah.
stuff you need to buy.
Me too, barbed wire.
And don't worry, we'll pay you the difference after. Barrett's out making his rounds too.
As long as I get it all today.
I'll do some more exploration in a bit, because it kind of forces you to a little bit. Yeah.
All the items you could want, straight from the plate. No matter your needs.
Hey there. Here to change out your water filter.
Tifa, baby, how you doing? Been waiting for you to. Wait. who's
I'm a fan of both of them,
Cloud's
Spirit
in
Noodle.
charge of collections. He'll take your money.
Sounds like a pretty sweet gig. If you ever need someone to fill in, I'm your man.
In your dreams, maybe.
Huh?
Cloud! Since we're here, maybe we should do a little shopping.
Suppose I could take a look.
Do I need to shop? No, I don't. Let's just get this. And an antidote. Sure.
Thanks. If you're ever in the market for anything else,
Great hair.
drop on by. Especially if Tifa's with you.
We'll see you around, okay? And let us know when your filter next needs changing.
All the items you could want, straight from the plate.
Stall across the way does.
You a lover? You a fighter? No.
He's a
worries,
regular.
we've got anything and
Stock up here and he might throw in a
possibly be
freebie or
looking
two.
for.
For you,
Jesse's
maybe.
awesome too.
Well, you could try
All
being a
the
little
women of
nicer.
Final Fantasy VII
Free
Remake.
shit? Not my style.
Our next stop is Stargazer Heights. Landlady's a client.
Just met her.
Then you know what to expect. Remember,
This is the scene I
she's
was
a good
talking
friend of
about.
Avalanche, so be nice. Please.
Low-key serial killer vibes, yeah. Especially if you bring Tifa, right? Who did you pick in the sewer section in your first playthrough?
Nothing to report.
Who did I pick?
Maintaining surveillance.
Oh, I believe I picked Tifa, but I didn't realize it was a choice.
Hey, Marl.
So otherwise, I don't
Got some
know. I don't know what I
filters
would have done, but I picked Tifa.
My dear, dear girl.
Even Scarlet. Why not?
Oh, what's he doing here?
Working?
So look at
Be
Cloud's
nice.
attitude here. It's hilarious.
Cloud's helping me with collections.
You better take care of her.
I'm pretty good at taking care of myself, you know.
That I do. Still, better him than you. No charm, no wit. Big sword, but no skills.
I've got skills.
I've got
Be
skills.
nice.
I'm doing my best.
You're looking awfully glum. Are you getting enough
I got
sleep?
skills. What do you
A
mean?
Good long rest to cure anything, I tell you.
A tried and true lesson for life on the ground floor. Am I right?
That you are. Now, your money.
Thanks, Marl. You take care of yourself.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
So TJ, you can play this without previous experience of others, but I think the best experience is if you've played the original first, because there are lots of references that it makes to it that sort of
Marl's great.
help the
He helped get me
story,
set up back in the day.
help elevate the story.
Been here a while now?
5 years, give or take.
Ain't they short-handed?
But never mind that. We've got to get you your money.
I do, yeah.
Last stop is the weapons store.
Khalil. I mean, I have played them.
You here for the filter?
Hey! That last filter didn't do shit!
We're so sorry about that. Hopefully this one will work better.
Save your excuses and get out!
All right. If you could just settle your bill, we'll be on our way.
The hell? You charging me for your busted-ass goods?
My associate handles payment disputes.
Think you can mosey up in here and have it your way?
Mosey?
Pretty please.
Thank you very much. Seeing as we're done with our rounds and you've got a small fortune now, why not take a gander at the weapons?
Well, when will Barrett be back with the rest?
Before we open up tonight. It'll be a while yet, so... What do you want to do?
Don't really know.
In that case, I've got a suggestion. Want to hear it? If you're serious about becoming a merc, then you're going to need to start making connections. It's not what you know, but who you know, you know?
Another lesson for life on the ground floor.
Yep. Connections get you jobs. Jobs build your rep. And more rep gets you better connections.
How do I start?
Why not help out the neighborhood watch?
So,
They're mostly volunteers, but you'll get to know people.
I totally agree, Luciano.
Okay.
Definitely.
Didn't see anybody at the office.
Very
so let's
intentional
hit up top.
whiplash that works really well. And he's always defensive. Cloud is super insecure when people question his skills. In contrast to when he tries to look really cool and laid back and confident and secure about everything else.
Huh. Didn't know you were holding down the fort.
Huh? Oh, hey, Cloud. Looking to join the neighborhood watch?
That depends.
Yeah, exactly,
What does
Banana.
this neighborhood watch do?
Lots of stuff, really. But our top priority is taking care of any beasts that wander into town. That, and teaching the locals how to defend themselves.
Like they say, the only one who will look out for you is you.
Cloud's a great fighter, but only we know that. If no one knows him, no one will hire him. Thought if he joined the watch, he could get his name out there.
That would work for everybody.
Truth be told, we could really use your help. We can't pay you in gil, but we'll work something out. For example... Aha! What about your sword? I could mod it for you.
No thanks. It's fine just the way it is.
What? You some kind of purist? I know I'd never pass up a chance to improve my gear. Come on. At least let me show you how it's done.
Harden, it's too much of a pain to re-render and cut. Like, it takes a long time to re-render and then upload and all that, so I just upload the VOD straight. Sorry about that, but you just have to skip through the first hour, right? Buster Sword Core. Yeah, let's do just attack up. And magic attack up. And that's good. Yeah, to be honest, I actually thought Sakurai, like, he does a good job.
All set.
But it's always felt like a little bit of a weird fit for me for Cloud, but I'm way in the minority. It's always seemed a bit,
We'll do you one better.
it didn't quite fit, in my opinion, but
Between him and
that's probably
Wedge,
just me.
there isn't anyone they don't know.
I'll march through the streets singing your praises, even on an empty stomach.
So, where are these monsters?
Scrap Boulevard. Good hunting.
Hey, Cloud, I'll come with.
No, I've got this.
But you don't know the way, do you?
Lead on.
Was vehemently,
Sure thing.
or was interestingly
I know these
defensive of not
streets
having
better than
his sword touched.
Scrap Boulevard is out west. Past the barricades, supposed to keep the monsters out. Anyway, we should prepare, just in case.
I think it's awesome. It's not too sudden at all. I think everything about Cloud in this game is excellent,
Here's
brand
Scrap
dude.
Boulevard.
I can see why monsters would feel right
They
at home.
got, they have a supreme understanding of who he is and why he acts the way he does, and all the different layers to him. I couldn't be happier with how he was presented. So I like his performance. It just, once in a while, it just seems a little, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's probably just something with my mind. I don't know.
And there's our first challenger. Show me what you got, Cloud.
That's that. Take the lead.
Okay, let's go. Bring it.
You owe me a pizza. Yeah, add that to the list of
So that's
Square
what a
Enix
soldier
games
looks
taken
like
out
in
of
action.
context.
This is just a
Square Enix scenes taken out of
I'll
context.
bet. Let's keep at it.
Oh, I love his performance in English.
You're done. See ya.
Maya Sakamoto's in it though, and I love how she does Aerith. Wait, where am I going? This way? No. This way? Japanese is the original language, yeah. I think I do prefer Japanese for a few, like a few of the characters. Sephiroth, Zack. Potentially Aerith as well.
You're good at this. Charging in like it's nothing.
You too. Surprising. Enough. Keep it together.
All set.
No one else will. By the way, that one's gonna be. All right.
Yeah, Sephiroth is a huge improvement. I'm not a fan at all of the English version
Of course
for it.
not. Even so, folks will be grateful for the peace and quiet in the meantime. A win's a win, you know?
True.
Trust me,
Oh,
it'll do
okay.
wonders for your rep. Right. Let's
Thanks for
go
that,
check
Critty.
in with Biggs and Wedge.
Yeah, did you play Intergrade, Brand Dude? With regards to that? Yeah, so I thought he was much better there. He grew on me a lot in the little bit he gets there. Barrett in English for sure. Yeah. John Eric Bentley. Fantastic job. All right, up here.
You know, there's a hole in the break room roof. We should probably get that fixed.
Mercenaries do.
Yeah, he sounds much better when talking to himself. Yeah, I think he realized the pluses and minuses of what he did originally, because it is just genuinely a really big improvement, at least in my opinion.
Back already?
Got every last one too. Now the slums should be safe.
You guys are machines.
Good job. Meanwhile, we told everyone we could about you.
So I heard. I've got to ask though. What did you tell them?
It's all right. All you gotta do is keep up the good work. It'll pay off soon enough.
I should do this, Sephiroth? I don't think I'd be much better, to be honest.
Good.
Yeah, the voice before this one, the original English voice, it was definitely an improvement, I think.
We've been through a lot.
Oh, you okay?
I'm fine.
Been meaning to ask. After you left the village,
It's a long story.
I've got time. Why don't you tell me all about it while we try to rustle up some more work for you?
That sounds great. I'll come too.
Oh, no, you won't.
What?
Run along now, you two.
Sorry,
Go on.
maybe next time.
Yeah, right now we have to talk about it.
Think about it for a second. They haven't seen each
All
other
right,
in
Rennigan.
years.
Thanks.
You'd be a third wheel.
Have a good one.
Hey, before we get back to it, why don't you check out the weapons?
No need.
Come on, the dealer's probably heard all about you by now. Might treat you
Clagger.
better.
I don't know about that.
So, Dragonite, so what you've missed is just basically some exposition with Tifa, a weird scene with Marco, just going around and killing monsters around around Sector 7. Not much. We just started a little while ago.
Hold on.
Just basically the introduction to
Heard
Sector
there's a
7.
mark that'll take on any monster. You the man?
Word spreads fast around here.
What if I am?
Oh, really? Really,
Sorry
Critty.
about before.
I didn't know who it was,
I get
but yeah, he
antsy
does
when
do a
business is
much better
slow.
job.
Man in your line of work needs weapons, no? Why not try that one on for size? Yours on the house. Badass like you rocking my weapons is good advertising.
Oops.
Think about it.
Fine.
Or if you want to take a look at something else.
Just a look.
Yeah, old Griffith and young Griffith. I'm kind of poor. Sure. No, we'll do this. I have nothing now.
Don't be a stranger.
Since you've got yourself
You
a
like?
new weapon,
Oh, you like this
let's
voice
see what
actor
we
the
can't
best for
put to
Sephiroth?
good use.
That's cool. I
Come
mean,
on.
I don't think it's an awful
go try to
performance. It
find
just isn't quite as menacing, and it's a little stilted
Guy
in my
who tracks
opinion.
all the requests that come to the watch. You never know. Could toss some work your way.
Where's he at?
I've
Oh, he should be back at the office by now.
I've seen him in Kingdom Hearts, Advent Children, Crisis Core, and Remake, but not Dissidia, I think.
Tally of monster slain has been updated. Got new numbers for monster slain this month.
Searching for
Check
candidates.
Yeah, me too, Goodwater. Both the original and this one.
Actually, I wanted to introduce you to an old friend of mine. This is Cloud. He's a merc.
Ah, you don't say. Well, we're always on the lookout for experienced fighters to help us deal with the bigger critters.
I'll take on anything. For the right price, that is.
Experienced and cocky, huh? If it's a challenge you want, I might have a few good ones. Your clients can fill you in on the details. Prove yourself with these jobs, and I'll see if I can't find you some more.
Thanks.
Candidate detected. Performing physical
God.
analysis. Sizable weapon. Excellent cardiovascular health and impressive lung capacity. Perfectly balanced muscle.
Not a huge
and
fan of
bone
this character, but
An optimal candidate. My name is Chadley. I'm an intern for Shinra's Research and Development Division. I hope you'll be interested in helping me with my research. Please accept this as a down payment. I would like you to set that assess materia in your equipment and use it to gather this data will help me to develop new types of materia.
I'm not interested in working for Shinra.
You should know that I work actively to undermine Shinra's efforts. I'm sure you of all people can appreciate the
He
tremendous
does.
power of materia.
He does,
as well as
Luciano.
how it might be wielded against your corporate enemies. And if you later
That's my
decide
favorite
that I
part
am not worthy
for
of your
him.
trust, you can do what you do best.
That is genuinely
I will
funny.
hold you to that.
Excellent! Then we shall work together so long as you deem fit. Once you've completed your task, please return and report to me.
I don't think Sakurai would work for. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I get what you mean, Gritty. Yeah, I am playing in mod free. No mods. A single piece of bread.
Do me proud now, and I just might have more work for you later.
Okay. Wait. What are my quests right now?
Please set the orb of
Oh
assess
right.
materia.
Got it. Can I do it for Tifa? There we go.
Please set the orb of assess
I can't do it for Tifa? It's fine. Heal. Yeah. Alright. Chadley, the least Chad looking character. You still owe me a slice of bread.
Please set
What?
the orb of assess
Oh, and
materia
use it.
to your
Okay.
equipment and use it to
I
gather
haven't
battle
used it. Okay. Got it.
Gotta admit,
That landlady mom.
Reading is hard, you know?
So they blew up a reactor.
My husband decided to go to...
Just imagine if rich people start thinking it's
No, I mean, I could. I'm on easy, so.
People are counting on us.
we won't be getting
How do you do the mini map on here? Got it. Chadley. Okay.
until the trains start again.
Wish I could dry my clothes in cleaner air.
Take a picture, why don't ya?
Hey, Tifa, call us if you see trouble.
Lost Friends. Yeah, let's just go to
Next
Lost
item on the
Friends.
Friends of Freshness agenda?
Hey! Oh, hey
Reading is literally hard. I was gonna say they should remake the whole FF series like this, but isn't that what they're doing with Chaos? That's a bit different what they're doing with that approach.
She could help me find my friends.
But that's kind of a remake of one. But
This guy right here.
I don't think they're doing a large-scale sort of remake thing, or if they do, it'll take forever.
They have long arms and legs, and they're a little skinny. They
Betty.
live places where there's food, and nice people will give them treats when they ask.
Yeah.
And small spaces. Oh yeah, and they're all cats.
I'm looking for cats.
They're friendly, so if you call them, they'll come running. All 3 of them. Find my friends, please.
That is cute.
Lots of girls who live here have the potential.
Find my friends. Yeah, so it's a bit insane, Critty, but kind of.
Ready? 1, 2, shoot. What's the source of all life?
Yeah, that's true. There's lots of Oh wait, if I'm trying to find Betty, or the lost friends, the rat problem, the lost friends. This way. I don't think Betty's capable of paying too well.
Don't you just find the best bargains? Hey, Miss Lockhart.
You know, the item store's fallen in hard times.
Hey there, Tifa. Welcome back.
Yeah, FF9 Remake is next on my list. That or 8.
Yeah.
6 could be great too.
In that case, maybe you could do something about the Doom Rats? Them and their were-rat buddies have been tearing up town, looking for food and whatnot. Got into the store and made one hell of a mess, let me tell you. Oh, you think that's funny, do you? Don't lie.
I agree,
saw
Crash
you
Boys.
crack a smile. Well, do the
They do
job
have a
and
long
you
way to
can
go,
laugh
Critty,
it
yeah.
up for all I care.
It'll take a long time.
Probably nesting in the outskirts.
It reminds me of
I've
Arcane
heard
Season
a
2.
were-rat in pain will call its friends for help. And the whole rat pack will come running just like that.
Okay. The Rat Pack, okay. I agree with that, Crash Boys. You need that sort of, those other dimensions to it. It can't just be full menacing. That wouldn't make much sense for Griffith's character.
Of course not.
The original of this type, the first ever game, so the OG Final Fantasy VII, TJ, from 1997. Sephiroth and Zack are the only ones who sound better in the old dub. Yeah, I agree. Tyke. So yeah, no Final Fantasies have to do with one another, but for this specific game,
What do you think?
I would encourage you to play the original first, but you don't need to. It's encouraged, but not completely necessary. There are plenty of people who have played this first without it and absolutely adored it. It's not like you can't play it without having played the original. When do we get part 2? I don't know. Oh, whoops.
You know, a lot of
They have it on Steam. I think 7's on Steam. Okay. Kill time before they do. Got it. Yeah, so it can definitely work as your first Final Fantasy, and you can definitely get a lot of fulfillment from it, as Hannah said. But there are certain things that are definitely done.
I think one of Betty's cats might be nearby.
Oh, are they? Are they nearby? There are certain parts throughout the story that definitely have people who've played the original in mind.
Johnny's not
What's up, John Vams? I'm sorry, these fetch quests kill me.
Hello, hello. Oh, what do we have here? I'm guessing you're that merc I've heard so much about. You're not here to shop, are you? People were right. You look like you can handle yourself. So some drakes have made themselves at home.
I'm sure they'll finish it eventually. It's just the wait.
Can't have that kind
The
of
rebuild of
trouble
FF7, yeah, exactly.
Regulars will do anything to get their hands on the scrap in there, and if they run into those drakes, they could get hurt.
I'll handle it.
Much obliged, sir. Head on over to the old Talager factory and talk to Narjan. He's the one. Good luck. I'm counting on you, my friend.
Never ask folks about their suppliers. They don't take kindly to questions.
Okay. Nuisance in the factory.
Johnny's not a bad child. My sister on the plane.
You can't play the original because of how dated it looks? There's some aspects of it aesthetically that definitely look...
What if Betty's cats might be nearby?
Where? Oh, that's the cat. Hello. Hello, cat. Please. Only for Betty.
If the planet's a living
I've seen that poster.
If you think about it, the reactors have to be shut.
Oops, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. There's so many nice character mods on PC. Yeah. I think it's definitely gonna get completed. Like there's no question about that. It's just a matter of how long it could take to happen.
Step back. Factory's off limits. Drakes have been. Huh? Wait a minute. Tifa? Don't tell me you're here to take care of those things. Are you?
There will be, I think,
be my guest.
3 or 4, but if I had to lean on one, I'd say 3. 3 parts.
Find and cull them all.
Where art thou? There's no way it ends at 2, yeah. It's originally a console game, PS1. Well, SNES before that.
If this is what you want.
A Tifa DLC. I think it's much more likely for Vincent. Vincent or I think Vincent is the one that it would be. But I'd take it for anyone.
Take the lead.
Okay, let's go. That's that. Good luck.
I got this.
No escape.
Would kill for a shower.
Part 2 ends at Nibelheim or disc. I would say disc 1 end, probably, but I don't know. It's hard to know for sure because they really stretched out Midgar a ton. Like they did everything they could with Midgar.
I won't lose.
I have played Ghost of Tsushima. Yep. Really good game. One of the most visually stunning games I've played.
That's the way to do it.
Thanks, Magomed. Are you looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy? Kind of. If they really capture the draw of Hogwarts that I've always felt since I was a kid, then yes. But I don't know exactly if they're going to be doing it in the way I want. So we'll see. But I'm kind of tentatively looking forward to it.
Going in. Take the lead.
Let me handle this.
Hang back.
Okay, let's go. Cool off.
That did nothing.
Finish.
Yeah. The Vincent DLC seems like the natural place to go after part 2 because of everything it expands in terms of the Dirge of Cerberus stuff, which they are bringing forward, as we saw in the Yuffie episode. Have you seen Pokemon Arceus reviews? They look super positive. Do they? I have not seen them. That's cool, though. That's good.
Won't be tough.
Of course not. It's on you.
Taking over. That's it.
No, I would not make a video on Ghost of Tsushima. Sitting at 86 on Metacritic. Oh, nice. What did you think about Intergrade? I'm going to release a video about Intergrade in a couple weeks. 23 minutes, I think it is. So you can see what I think about it during that. But in general, I think it was quite good. I liked everything it did.
You're the real deal, all right. Keep it up, and I can see you going far as a murderer.
Yeah, I'd be down for one of him too.
I've worked with my fair share over the years, so believe me when I say that I know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
one for Vincent or Sid.
Apparently another flying bastard stirring up trouble. Bet you can't get enough
I
of
think
this,
I think that Vincent would be the most natural way to go, but I like one for Sid as well. But either way, they can achieve what they want to achieve for each character just by fleshing them out in the game. So
I switch out my stock every so often,
if they do
so
it properly,
drop by
which I
when
think
you're
they
in the
will.
neighborhood, huh?
I wonder why. Yeah. What do you?
Well, could be you found your calling.
I trust the vision 100%. Og.
Think of each job as an opportunity, not to make money, but to build connections.
It's not what you know, but who.
It's a lot to grasp, but I am all for it.
Not a patient teacher.
Maybe not so patient next time.
Oh boy.
Oh, Barrett should have finished collecting his share of the money by now. So what do you want to do? Head back to the bar?
Okay, sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to do the Tifa dress because this is basically main quest, so we're gonna miss out on that. I apologize.
Something's wrong. Let's check it out.
Well, something's wrong. Where? Where is it? Oh, it's this part. Hold on, before I do this scene, just want to answer something. So yeah, the stuff with Zack is a bit hard to grasp, like in totality. You have to keep reminding yourself of every little moving piece in the story when it comes to that. But I 100% think they know what they're doing with him, and I'm fully on board. I trust in what they're doing. All Intergrade did was make me hungry for the next part. Yeah, that last 5-minute scene or whatever. Absolutely. That was my favorite part of it. Not to knock the rest of it, but the last taste they gave us for the next part was my favorite part of it. The way they fleshed out most of the characters is really welcome. Like, even the most minor characters get a character buff. Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge being the biggest examples of that, particularly Jesse. What they did with Jesse in this game was insane. Yeah, I liked Yuffie's gameplay a lot, too. A Turk DLC would be cool as well, because they do have nuance and substance to them more than in the original, like way more in the original, where they're genuinely very inconsistent throughout the game. But I'd like to see more from their perspective. They could do lots of things with DLCs. Daily lives under Rufus, yeah. It depends on how much they want to humanize Rufus. So I don't know how much they'd have him explored, but humanizing the other ones is definitely a good idea. Reno, Rude, Sung. Yeah, I did. It was 49, Suspect Spine. And Tyke, it's one of my weakest 10s. Yep. So we have Johnny over here. Johnny is interesting. I suppose kind of interesting.
Get off me, assholes! I didn't do shit!
Shut up, punk!
Or what, huh? Screw you!
What's going on?
Why you gotta do me
Somebody
like
went and
that?
stole some
I agree,
jobs
Brand Dude.
from a Shinra warehouse. So public security started asking questions, and you know how Johnny gets.
It's because of the reactor bombing, I bet. I could be wrong, but something tells me they're not gonna settle for just roughing him up this time.
We've got to save him, Cloud.
Is he Avalanche?
No. He doesn't really know what we do. But he has his suspicions. And he's a talker. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should go alone.
I'm coming.
Are you sure?
It's the least I can do. Lead on.
My weakest 10.
Thanks. Come on.
I don't know what my weakest 10 is offhand. Maybe Amori? By weak 10, I meant like it was one of my most flawed 10s, not that... So it's not actually one of my weakest 10s. I misspoke. It's one of my most flawed 10s. Yeah, sorry. Weak 10 isn't the best way to say it. It's one of my most flawed 10s. So, what I like about Johnny is that he contributes that weird tone. Like, Final Fantasy VII in general is a very wacky game in the best of times. And this really delivers that aspect. Aside from that, I'm kind of whatever on him.
Don't steal blasting agent. So why don't you tell me why your ID popped when we were going over the warehouse?
Johnny was in the original game and supposed to have a much bigger role than he actually did. They kind of just left a lot of the stuff that they were going to do with him on the cutting room floor after the Midgar portion. And just everything after that with his story was very fragmented, and they never followed through with any of that. So I'm interested to see what they do with him here, if they continue with those plot lines that they were gonna use.
Yep.
Anyway, you distract the officers and I'll figure something out.
He adds to the Goofy verse exactly.
Let him go.
I hope not, Brand Dude. I really hope not. That was not good.
Who are you? The cavalry?
Huh? Is that who I think it is? Oh, hell yeah! You guys really came to save me! Ow!
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Here we go.
Enough.
Give me your best shot.
Deal with that.
I got this.
Deal with that.
Bring it. Give him your all. Come on. That's that. Finish him off.
So, is it over? Yo, anybody
Grab
there?
Johnny so we can
You're
get out
there,
of
then
here.
help me.
All right.
What now?
He's a talker.
Huh? Whoa.
I hope we.
Whoa.
Oh
No,
yeah.
you're not gonna. Hold up. Wait. Don't do it, man.
You want to live? Then get the hell out of town.
You got it, boss. You ain't never gonna see my face again. I swear.
Are you sure about this? It's a big risk.
I know, but it's fine.
Yeah. What?
And them?
No more. Cloud, you're scaring me. We need to go before they wake up.
So that's a really good whiplash there. Cloud has been kind of adorably awkward and insecure and childish up until this point, but that shows something is kind of not right.
I'm worried about Johnny.
I'm more worried about us.
It's like...
We gotta go, right?
Right.
What?
It's just... You've really changed.
How?
I suppose it's... Yeah. Your eyes. They used to be less...
It's the Mako.
Scary.
Soldier, remember?
I remember. So, what do you want to do now? Head back to the bar, or do you want to tackle another job or two?
I like that line a lot because she's saying, your eyes used to be less... And she trails off. She was talking about scary, menacing, dark. And Cloud is thinking very literally, like, oh, the Mako has enhanced them. That they're brighter because of Mako or whatever. Her delivery is really good too, yeah. Like, and earlier it's like, Cloud, I think it's fine. Maybe let's not kill my childhood friend. Like, let's not do that. Her, yeah, a lot of the delivery is really good. She does a great job with Tifa. Name escapes me. Britt Barron, I think her name might be?
That was definitely a cat.
Oh, yeah, that's a
I
cat.
wonder if it's one of Betty's.
I'm sorry, Betty, but we gotta progress the story.
And
She'll
here
find
we
them,
are.
I promise.
You must be tired.
Same as you, I guess.
Could use a little something to take the edge off, right?
Okay.
How about a refreshing
Sorry,
cocktail
Hannah, I'm
made by
sorry.
yours truly that you can sit back and
The
savor?
cat, I know.
Tifa.
It's for the sake of this
Yeah,
analytical
I'm feeling it a
playthrough.
bit too. Hey, do you think you'll stick around a little longer?
Maybe. Work for a minute, build up some savings.
I see. In that case, want to head back out and look for more gigs?
Cloud would absolutely pet cats, eventually. So great visual storytelling in this scene coming up. It's a few minutes long from what I remember.
Did you have fun?
Lots of fun.
Hey, need y'all downstairs.
Right now? Then the plan is...
Marlene, wanna go wait for Jesse out front?
Okay.
Marlene's precious.
Looks like we're officially on for tomorrow night then. Gotta go over the details with the others.
Before you do, about my pay.
You'll get your money. So sit down and shut up until we're finished. Double time, Tifa.
I agree, Hank the Tank. They did a lot of things extremely well, but the foremost would be the characters. For me.
I'm really sorry, but it shouldn't take much longer. In the meantime... grab a seat.
AJ morality analysis. He did not find the cats. What, can you really trust a man like that? The direction I was talking about, I think, is after this little part.
Well, most people would say something sweet right about now.
I'm sure they would.
Dilly dally, shilly shally.
But you're a more discerning customer, aren't you? In which case...
Yeah, he is holding back a grimace so hard.
Our house special, the Cosmo Canyon.
Beautiful.
I gotta go.
Cloud is me, to be honest. Trying to pretend he's enjoying neat whiskey? That is me. Oh, really, Og? I made a 200-minute video about it.
See the news? The reactor bombing was the work of the eco-extremist group Avalanche. Public enemy #1. Gets your heart racing, doesn't it?
Sure
There are
does,
more
Jesse.
faces, so we're in the clear for now, but we'll want to capitalize on this momentum. Speaking of which, you coming on the next one?
For the right price.
Look at this guy.
Oh, you can bet I'll be pushing hard for a raise. Tifa will be joining us too, but I don't know. Even a blind man can see her heart's not in it. She was never on board with the bombings, so if it comes down to do or die, if I've got to put my life in someone else's hands, then I'd rather that someone was a professional, like you.
Could still kill some time.
So something I like I'll just talk a little bit about Jesse and Tifa, Jesse and Tifa. They're very different personalities, right? Jessie is super outgoing, very like rambunctious. She knows what she wants. She goes for it. She in a tactful way, she encroaches upon Cloud's comfortability and tests it a bit for certain things. We'll see that a bit later on, but while staying within his comfort zone, she's very outgoing and gets him to sort of respond in turn, in the way that she, like in response to the things that she does. Whereas Tifa is very different. Tifa's much more passive. She stays back a lot more. If she gets an inkling that Cloud, is not willing to go out of his comfort zone to remain withdrawn, she does not try to poke that bear at all. Whereas Jesse's a bit more adventurous in that way. And that speaks of their mentalities, their different mentalities. Tifa has very specific reasons for being this way, aside from her personality. Whereas Jessie, those reasons don't quite apply to her, because, spoilers for part 2 and stuff, but forget about that. It just speaks of their different personalities, and I really like what each of them bring out of Cloud. They bring out very different aspects of him that are equally contributory to the story, in my opinion. And Aerith as well, but we'll talk about her later. Am I supposed to play darts now? Right. Yeah. Yeah, so Tifa is not very conducive to helping Cloud get out of his shell. Whoa, what? Excuse me? Oh, I see. It's timed. Goodness gracious, I'm not good at this one. I don't... There we go. Okay, I see. Okay, I get it. So yeah, the way that Tifa interacts with Cloud is not conducive to him breaking out of his shell at all. That's not productive for that. Whereas Jessie is much better for that. But Tifa is concerned about his emotional welfare so much that she thinks him breaking out would be bad for whatever reason. We'll get into that more, but it has to do with a lot of the things that she thinks about the things that he's saying that are inconsistent with her memories. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this dork. Alright. Tifa respects the line. Jessie tiptoes and hovers over her foot in air over the line. Aerith dances across line and erases it. I have a bit of a different interpretation, but in general, I get what you mean. I agree with Tifa for sure, and Jessie for sure. What am I doing? Oh, do I just sit down now? Go outside. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Nope. He did say he's got skills, yep.
Maybe just chill a bit.
Okay. I just had to interact with the jukebox. Yeah, there we go. So this is the scene I was talking about. I like this scene a lot.
I heard you're having second thoughts.
have to think big if we're going to make a difference. But not like this. I feel trapped.
If it feels wrong, don't do it.
Guess that's that then.
What, they kick you out?
We agreed to disagree. So, you want another drink?
Tifa! Time to celebrate. Break out all the good stuff.
Oh, sure.
We won't be needing you for this next job. Feel free to look for work elsewhere.
Fine by me. That's how I like it. No contract, no obligation.
Figured you'd say that. Here, the rest of your payment, along with a little extra for your exemplary service. And thus concludes our business. Gonna have to ask you to leave now. This here's a private affair.
Whisper. There's a whisper right there.
Sorry, I tried. We talked it over, but in the end, we didn't want to put so much on you. This is our fight.
Jesse, what's the holdup?
Be right there. No hard feelings, huh?
It's fine.
Let's talk more after I'm done here, okay?
Really, it's fine.
Come on, Jesse, I'm dying here.
I'll catch you later. Sorry to keep you thirsty boys waiting.
Okay, so first, you feel bad for Cloud here because, as you'll see after, he talks to them and they just kind of brush him off a little bit, try to have their own private affair. It nails home his loneliness quite a bit. Great moment for Jessie there. She's the one to try and make him feel included. I mentioned in the first stream that she's the first one to make him smile and break out of his shell a little bit. She continues with this because while she may be, very spunky, very outgoing, enthusiastic, she does have tons of heart to her, and she does try to make Cloud feel very welcome, and feels bad when it doesn't work out, like in this situation. But primarily, this is about Tifa. She feels trapped. She tells Cloud that, and that is, again, there are multiple meanings to that. She's been correcting him a tiny bit so far about why the things he's been saying to her don't quite make sense. Like he said, it's been 5 years. She went, huh? Some of the things he's saying to her about the past, don't really make sense. And you can see that in her performance and hesitations and body language and facial cues. Yeah, Jessie does, exactly, beyond the mission. And then at the same time, she's roped into this avalanche stuff, but she doesn't approve of what they're doing. Yet because of the cause, she basically has no choice. Because of the people here, the people she's associated with, she's basically trapped in that regard. But she also feels trapped because there is something guarding, or there's a guard between her and Cloud. There's a barrier of communication, demonstrated very bluntly, as you guys were saying, by the empty seat in between them there. This game, through direction, uses a lot of negative space in between Tifa and Cloud, particularly in the early parts of the game. And that was the first instance, I believe, to sort of show that communication gap. It's blunt, but I think it's effective. And Brand Dude, I don't really have a preference. I think Aerith and Cloud and Tifa and Cloud are both wonderful in lots of different ways. I can't say I like one over the other. This chat is, this chat, I prefer, be a bit careful about deaths. I can't do these analytical playthroughs without spoiling minor things, but I know what you're talking about, so you can talk about it now if you want, without outright saying who it is, Og.
That hit the spot.
Damn, Biggs.
So what? Now you give a shit about the cause? Okay, what were we talking about? Keep it tight. Ain't no room for error come tomorrow.
More reason to live it up now.
Yep. Best way to clear your head so you can focus when it counts.
We were all pushing real hard for you, you know? So, where'd we leave off?
Yeah, so he's basically not included at all here.
On that all-night bender after HQ gave us the boot.
What's up with them?
Word is he lives in this town. Just shut up. Hey, brother. You from around the way?
I guess.
No big man with a big gun strapped to his right arm? Heard he set up shop somewhere in the neighborhood.
That depends.
Ah. Clever. Smell an opportunity to make some scratch, do you?
500.
200.
3.
Whatever, man. Let's find somewhere quiet to talk. Walk with me.
I have not seen any of the mods antagonist. I haven't used any, except Italian.
Got something to say? You looking at me? Move it! I said move! Look at all these assholes staring at us.
This shithole's got nothing on Wall Market. Am I right?
Well, they're right about that. No, I'm kidding. Sector 7's good.
Advice, Blondie? Don't piss off my friend here. You'll be real sorry.
Unless you got some kind of death wish, then be my guest. After you, brother. And don't worry, I ain't the backstabbing type. Most days.
Yes, I do. I did cover that in the video og.
You know where the bastard's hiding, don't you?
But yes, I do. I think that's what they're gonna do. Exactly.
I told you before.
It seems like a no-brainer to me.
Oh yeah? You wasted my time.
Shinra's time, you mean?
Shinra knows better than to stick its nose in my boss's business.
Like I give a shit.
The music cue.
Need a light. Big man with a big gun for an arm, right?
Hey, kids.
Why do you want it?
Just to grunt off on orders, you know? Nobody tells
The
me
backward
shit.
cap, yeah.
Let me walk
You're done.
This is it.
So if they weren't Shinra, then not my problem.
Trouble
Lesson
brewing.
1 for life on the ground floor. Get some rest.
So I'm debating about where to end this session. I've only done chapter 3 so far. Wait, where am I going? Whoops. I did want to cover chapter 4. Excuse me.
All the items? Does anyone really need to hire a killer?
Yeah, the Punisher attacks are amazing.
Nothing to report.
Bupper. Cute. Oh, we have this. Welcome home, honey.
Welcome home, honey. Took your sweet time. Psych. Are you gonna let me in so we can talk in private? Guess I'll get right to the point then.
At least every Wednesday, Og.
What you got there?
Maybe more
An
often.
apology for not getting you on the mission. Or not. What do you think it is?
A proposition.
Nailed it in one.
Correct,
I have to
Dragonite.
ask you to keep all this a secret from the others, though. It's a personal matter. Something I need to sort out tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight. You and me, together. I want you to come with me to the Sector 7 plate. I'll give you the details on the way.
That's fine by me, but don't you have a pretty big day ahead of you?
I do, but If I don't deal with this now, it's only gonna get harder. Anyway, I can count on you, can't I?
Ooh.
A down payment.
So, we'll get into the
Scout will be
specifics
back
later.
before morning, in case you were planning on traveling light. Make sure you've got everything you need before we leave.
But this,
I'll wait here.
Jessie's motives for this are very indicative of who she is. Very heartfelt. She feels lots of guilt. But yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Let me just... Cloud. I'll use the Iron Blade. Magic attack. Sure. And Ifrit, why not? Wait, do I not have it? I'll do healing. Fire. Yep. Do I always stream in the morning? This time, yeah. You can check the schedule on my Twitch page, but yeah, 9:30 in general. Discards. Oh, it's slotted on the right. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, it's been a long time since I actually played this game. Ifrit, there we go.
You all set? Awesome. Meet me at the station after dark. Don't be late.
So the chapter we're about to start, chapter 4, is a prime example of why the remake was necessary and
It's just another job.
Nice touch there. And why, like, the best possible outcome from what can be achieved from its potential. It took a bunch of minor characters, it expanded upon Midgar here, it expanded upon them, and just enriched everything.
Which is why we borrowed these bikes. Need a lift to the plate?
How did you guess?
Easy. You've been acting weird. Like talking about one thing when you're obviously thinking about something else.
Yeah, and don't get me started on all that pep.
All right, I'll give you that. But how did you know I wanted to head topside?
Mine
Was
too,
I
Holly.
talking in my sleep? What else did I say?
What else did I
We just
say?
figured you wanted to see your parents, that's all.
Nailed it, huh?
Yep, right on the head.
So, seeing as we don't have any family of our own, how about you let us be a part of yours for a bit? You know, spread the wealth.
Are your parents still around?
No.
Okay then. Guess you're all invited. Here's to awkward family reunions.
Yeah!
Yeah, it looks like Cloud, yep. Cute touch.
I take it you boys have your brand spanking new IDs?
Yes, ma'am.
Then let's lay down some rubber.
Crank that throttle. Okay, you got it.
So immediately, this is a cool sequence, by the way. I'm probably gonna fail badly at it.
Yeah.
Oh, here, yeah.
Just so you know, I'm not going plateside for the reason they think I am. Look, you saw the way the reactor went up. It was huge, right?
Because of all the Mako. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah. That was wishful thinking. Deep down, I know it was my fault. I used a more powerful blasting agent than the directions called for. It had nothing to do with the Mako.
Let's say you're right. So what?
I'm planning on using a weaker blasting agent this time. But, since I can't get in touch with my supplier, our only option is to loot a warehouse owned by Shinra.
Shinra? Good luck with that.
With your help, we won't need luck. ID scan! Ready?
Alright.
So far, so good.
Alright, here comes the hard part.
And that is...
The fake IDs may have held up, but from this point on, if we get pinged by a scan...
They'll come for us.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, man. Just like that?
No need to worry. They've got Cloud, remember? Hey,
You do know how to drive, right?
Soldiers
Sorry.
mandatory training.
Well then, you gonna take my breath away? Make my head spin with your amazing skills?
Don't blame me if you get sick.
We've got company!
Someone's having fun.
How can I not? Pursued by villains, a young couple thrust together by fate race through the neon street night.
Get off.
How do I go faster? Oh, accelerate. Got it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll talk about the character work we just got once this is done.
What, do you just pull over if they ask nicely?
Damn it! No. There we go.
That's some super secret technique?
Her banter is half the joy of this little section. Yeah, Jessie's guilt is absolutely heartbreaking. The scene shows the whole reason she's doing this in the first place, and yet again, we know that Shinra's blasting agent is the reason there was such damage, but she doesn't, right? She doesn't know that, and it's sorry, Biggs, and it's eating away at her.
Got more company.
And she's very forthright about this. She tells Cloud.
We'll make the sound of that. We're not screwed, are we?
Cloud, we need help! Please!
You didn't like how they made it Shinra who blew up the reactor in the beginning of the game, less morally gray? Well, the way I look at it is that poking the bear here, poking Avalanche, is in and of itself going to lead to these sorts of consequences. So I think it's morally gray in and of itself that they did this, you know? It's not the exact same type of moral grayness, but they still did not think of the consequences of upsetting Avalanche, right? They didn't realize that Avalanche wouldn't care and would just enact their own form of punishment, which would have an effect on the populace they're trying to protect. God damn it.
Wow! What the hell?
There we go. So I guess I just talked about it. I said I would pause, but... And here we have Roche. Thoughts on Roche?
Soldier en route. HQ saying he's less than a few minutes out. Copy. Think it's him? More reason to finish this quick. That kind of trouble. Guessing you don't need our help. Hey, you okay?
Oh, you're right. I didn't even know you could attack right. My bad. He's alright, yeah. He is a remake original character who I think is going to have a bigger role later. Soldiers are meant to be unhinged, and according to Crisis Core, so him showing him off is good. Yeah, that's more or less how I feel about it as well. Oh, she is not going to say I did well. Goodness. Oh wait, no, we have Roche.
No, head straight for the warehouse.
You see the residential areas up here? Nice geographical transition. I think he'll be more important later on as well. I think he'll be a much tonally different character later on as well.
Not over yet. Cloud, little help.
I'm coming.
I think my heart's
up! Damn! That was so cool! Time's up. Break off before he shows. Got me.
What's going on?
Yeah, I wonder if he is brand dude. Because I mean, it would be fitting, right? So I think he adds to that again that silly nature I talked about when I was talking about Johnny, that wackiness, but with this dark undercurrent in a very interesting way. The character himself is not super interesting, right? But I think conceptually there are a lot of things they can do with him, and he has a lot of potential.
You cross it, you die. Now, mind if I cut in? Woo! Splendid! I've been looking for a new dance partner. Private party, huh?
Oops, I looked away.
Just you talking to me? I was so there. And no. So terribly sorry. Your words failed to reach my ears, sluggish and slow as they are. The lady's curiosity has been piqued. My name is Roche, but you may address me by the more accurate appellation. Speed Thief.
Heard that, huh?
My ears are attuned to the feminine voice.
Today's the worst.
Yes, this is the contest I've been waiting for.
No. Yeah, I totally agree. The over-the-top nature, yep. I mean, they wouldn't be Final Fantasy games without that aspect, I think.
Not bad. You have promise and an abiding affection for your mouth. But one cannot simply ride one bike. One must unlock its true potential. Become one with the machine. Like this.
He could, maybe. Maybe he could. A lot of developments would have to happen, I feel. But they could do that. Him assisting the party.
Enjoying yourself? Give us a smile. Come on. More than you do.
Come on, this man's dead by now. There we go.
Had enough? Don't be absurd. As if I could ever grow tired of your company. Naughty, naughty! Until one of our flames is forever extinguished, our dance will never end! Back for me!
I think it's possible to see Genesis.
Come on, let's push it past the red line!
Jesse, take over.
Huh?
1 second.
Well. I do believe this round is yours. Maybe next time we can keep it just between the two of us.
Maybe.
He's a friendly antagonist.
Until we meet again, my friend.
It's not like Cloud hates him or anything. So I do think it's possible for Genesis to be in it. I would be surprised if there wasn't at least an Easter egg for it.
Reinforcements are hot on our trail.
So she's definitely not going to give me the utmost praise, but...
You passed the test.
Oh, I passed the test.
What test?
Driving.
Okay. That's surprising.
Did more than just pass.
Not really.
Oh, no, okay,
You
see.
made it by the skin of your teeth, if we're being honest.
Whatever.
I bet you held back because I was with you.
Didn't want you to fall.
So now I'm too weak to stay on a bike? Huh?
Just hold
Cute.
on tight, will you? What?
I might be falling after all. Psych?
All right, Critty, I'll join in pretty soon. we're just gonna do the rest of this chapter.
Would you look at that? That's the end of the ride.
Thanks for stopping by. So yes, Cloud is superhuman, so he did some insane acrobatics. Has ominous sexual energy. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty ominous.
We'll go on foot from here. Don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves.
Hey, did these things leave a mark?
They got you pretty good.
Ugh, and I'm running on fumes.
Don't worry, we'll top you up soon enough. Now let's roll.
As a date candidate in the Gold Saucer, I can't imagine that, to be honest. So before we go out, what I love here is that this completely gives you a whole new aspect of Midgar, a whole new element to it that makes complete sense. Like, this was stated to be there in the original game, in the original franchise, the mythos, whatever, but we're actually seeing it now. And, well, I'll talk about more when we actually get into it, because the contrast between this and the Undercity is very, very indicative.
Just beyond this gate. Mind doing the honors?
It was told but not shown. Yep, exactly. And here we are. Music, beautiful.
Here we are. The Employee Housing District, where they put you when your parents work for Shinra. While their reactors were slowly killing the planet, we were living the good life.
I agree, Brand Dude. This is my favorite part of the game for the music alone. I was literally running around aimlessly for 20 minutes just listening to it. It evokes such warm, nostalgic feelings. Totally agree. This is a beautiful, beautiful theme. I'm just going to let it play as I talk. It's very characteristic of Jessie. You can feel her heartfelt, warm nature through it, and it's very indicative of this section of the game as well, this upper plate. And it feels nostalgic, even though it's new. It feels like a track that could have been in the original Final Fantasy soundtrack, but wasn't. Like, that's how much it fits in. This track feels like it was part of it, even if it wasn't, because it's so similar in style and tone, and just as good, like the quality. But we never heard it, and that's the biggest compliment I can give, that it feels like it was part of the original. Yeah, really personable quality to it. And so, look at the contrast between here and the Undercity and the Sector 7 under the plate. Lots of litter and dirt strewn everywhere. People are just making a living or finding their homes wherever they can, wherever they can set up shop or set up their homes or whatever. They make do with what they can below. Here, there are cars. There is lots of space, and there was empty space underneath as well. But even more here, space being an indication of luxury and upper class. And the thing is, with these people, these are, comparative to real life, middle-class suburban homes. These aren't super luxurious or anything, but in comparison to everything we've seen below, there is a huge contrast. And so the people who lived here, as portrayed by Jessie's parents, Jessie's mom, are here because they are in positions of privilege, but they aren't portrayed as being very snotty or looking down or condescending about their place in the hierarchy. They are just living here because you want the best life for your family in this world that is possible, and so they take up the opportunity. But these are generally very nice people in contrast to the people in Shinra we see so far. The light alone as you stare down the street feels like a positive light with the music on top of that. Yeah, no, I see that. This to me is one of the most comforting areas in the game, maybe the second most comforting so far, aside from Seventh Heaven, despite it being also a dark indication of the societal hierarchies and class differences here. It's beautifully done, and it expands upon Midgar in a way that I really hoped the remake would. So I was delighted when I first played this part.
No dice. Someone's playing hard to get.
And nice character work for Biggs, Jesse, and Wedge, of course. This is a nice little moment here.
Folks here must be living off 3 or 4 times what I do.
Propaganda perpetuated everywhere. But the tone here is very much with a resigned sigh than the anger that characterizes Barrett. Interesting that the Shinra middle manager lives in the slums. Yeah, I guess the company knows engineers are more vital to their profits than someone in his position. That's a good point. I didn't actually think about that, but yeah, that's very true.
Figures. Still leaves the lights on every night.
It's a beautiful section of the game.
Only comes home once every other blue moon. Mom's an old-fashioned type like that.
Think she'll make us pizza? Her Midgar special?
She's quite the cook. Quick to whip up finger-licking food, even if you drop by in the dead of night.
And she loves guests who ask for seconds or thirds.
And that line about she leaves the light on for the girl who only comes home every once in a blue moon, it's very sad. Very sad. But heartwarming at the same time.
Okay, let's head in. Cloud, you know what to do. Why don't you wait around the corner over there?
Okay.
It's a shame you won't get to try the Midgar special. You would have really liked it.
With your help, we won't need...
I agree, Hollyberry. It makes the later events even more impactful than they were in the original because we see both sides, right? The use of dialogue is superb, yeah. Fun. In a second, Jesse's gonna say, I gave you a signal. Like, when on my signal, do this. At the same time, a bunch of cats walk by, like on the fence or something like that. It's so funny. When I first played the game, I was like, for a split second in my mind, I was going, the cats were the signal? What do you mean? But it was just the way that scene is directed. It's really funny. You'll see in a second.
Good luck. You'll take on just about any job, right? Well, I need you to rob my house. Think you can do that for me? Go in through the back door when the coast is clear. The signal will be obvious.
The signal will be obvious. I totally thought it was the cats for a split second when I first played. Like, how can you control cats?
Once the lights come on, it's go time.
I went, oh. Once the lights come on, okay.
Time to go.
Fight or flight, yeah. And again, just the little touches. This light, very warm. But at the same time, we got the Mako green fluorescent Midgar lights to contrast it as well. Yeah. Yeah, they are. At first I thought it was a signal, though. And there's a little... the dialogue in this chapter in particular is super great. There's a line coming up that is very... that tells a lot about
Inside,
Jesse.
You'll find a room with 2 doors.
Careful with the buckets.
Don't take the one in front of you. You want the room on the right. That's where you'll find it.
And so, I don't know about you guys, something I've always loved doing as a kid, like from when I was a kid, was just looking at environments in video games, whether it be houses, just landscapes around nature or whatever, just to see where people put things and what they can indicate about the story and the characters. So when I was here, I would look around and I go, okay, the comforts of home here. You got the shoe rack, umbrella rack, coats hung up, etc. And then, but you've also got these file folders, maybe indicative of the dad. Well, you later find out about the dad. I don't know. Just thought put into it, and I like it.
Sorry about dropping in like this again. This will always be your home. So, how's practice going?
It's going. You
get so fixated, lose sight of things. That's why I'm glad you've got a rock like Biggs. Always there, taking
A
up
rock
space.
like Biggs. That's true.
Hey.
Even as a kid, AJ was very analytical.
So that's where she gets it from.
I guess. You could say so.
Fantastic as always, Mrs. R.
Anyway.
I always...
Different
We'll
sort
be
of...
chatting Mom up in the kitchen, so don't even bother being quiet.
Don't
There's
even
no way
bother.
she'll ever hear you.
Don't even bother being quiet.
Dad'll be in there, but it's okay.
Yep.
I need you to grab his Shinra ID card. And yeah, I know I should do it myself, but... but I honestly don't think I'm up to it. Just do this for me, okay?
The line I was talking about was that she could do this herself, but she can't bring herself to. That tells you a ton about who Jessie is, and she has the conviction to do these things, but her heart gets in the way sometimes. She can't bring herself to do that. But again, good environmental design for this. These medical supplies combined with the work. So was this established to be Mako poisoning? I think it was. I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was the impression I got. These little details are nice. You used to obsess about the way villagers set up their houses and how they reflected them. Me too, yep. And these are pictures of Jessie performing as a kid. Very cute. And the hints were there. Like, we learn about what she wanted to do later, but you see it here too.
What's this?
Read the letter.
Dear Mom and Dad, sorry for not getting in touch sooner, but I'm working at the Gold Saucer as an actress now. It wasn't easy, and I had a lot of help from people along the way. But I managed to land a starring role. Enclosed are 2 tickets to my play. Looking forward to seeing you both there.
Jessie Raspberry as the princess?
Very sad. Seeing what things have come to. His suit
My
here?
dad.
Yeah,
He was a
maintenance supervisor.
supervisor at the reactor.
Thanks.
And note how Cloud says thanks to him. Nice little touch. Yeah, it's just sitting there in front of the bed. It's, man, these moments are super weighty. And that regretful look back. Oh, I think I missed out on some more dialogue. Oh no, it's over here. It's just flavor, humorous dialogue anyway. Nice to be able to see the sky as beautiful as the backdrop is in Slums.
Mission accomplished.
When are you going to give up on the Gold Saucer? How long has it been since you even performed?
A lot of people really rely on Jessie.
As a stagehand, though, right? You can be one of those anywhere. So why not come home and get a job at the Sector 8 theater?
I'll think about it. You know, I'd really love to stay and chat, but we gotta go.
So soon?
Yeah, well, we hadn't even planned on dropping by. But Wedge wanted some of your famous pizza.
So good.
Sure I can't tempt you with some more?
Maybe just a couple slices, Mrs. R.
Wedge!
Hey, I'm doing it for you guys. You don't want me going to work on an empty stomach.
I'm planning on using a weaker blasting agent this time. Since I can't get in touch with my supplier, our only option is to loot a warehouse owned by Shinra. Hey there.
This it?
Now comes the hard part. I'm gonna use this to sneak into the 7-6 annex.
Yeah, the fat jokes.
All right, let's get to it.
Sorry, but you're staying outside. Only I know what to steal from where, so it's gotta be me who goes in.
So, we came all this way just to eat pizza?
You think I'd let you off that easy? You're gonna earn every slice helping Cloud. Just do the thing where you draw everyone's attention away, like you did at my parents'. What's the word again? Maybe I'm more nervous than I thought.
Diversion.
Yeah, that. Nice one, military man.
So what? Does this mean we're gonna ask some Shinra folks out to dinner?
You know damn well what she means. While you're inside, we make sure the guards are focused on the outside, yeah?
Exactly. Couldn't have put it any better. When you see a flare go up, that's your cue. Rush the front gates and make for the warehouse plaza. The more hell you raise, the more time you buy me.
You're gonna run this guy into the ground, aren't you?
How much time do you think you'll need?
Not too much. I'll be in and out. I'll send up another flare when I'm done. We rendezvous in the vacant lot up ahead.
Hold on. How are we supposed to get back to the slums? Wait for the first train?
No. I want to be back before that. Don't worry. I have something worked out. Now, let's get this done.
Well, that diversion's not gonna create itself.
So Rusty, Jessie does have middle-class origins and chooses to hold on, and chooses to spend her time in the slums. Yes, because of her cause. Because, well, they're gonna actually talk about this in a second. So I won't talk too much about it. But essentially, she has this supreme focus on this cause, and so the origins of Avalanche is based in the slums. And yeah, the fat jokes for Wedge are the only thing I don't like about how they expanded upon the characters, the trio, the Avalanche trio. They just go a bit overboard with them. Like we don't need that, you know. But it's not super intrusive or anything, and Wedge is nonetheless a well fleshed out character, so it's not a huge problem. This is one example. It's more fun to play the original first. They throw some crumbs that connects. It explains why the princess role is missing on the gold saucer. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, good catch, Kevin. Have you played the original FF7 or Crisis Core? Yes, Mikey. I've played both. Yep. And yes, I think Holly was saying earlier this song is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's special. It's something else. Yeah, it's just there. Right? It's just there a bit too much.
Mako poisoning.
So this is the reason. This is the core of why Jessie is who she is and why she's doing this right here.
Happened while Jessie was doing a show with the gold saucer.
Talking about her dad.
What do you care?
No, I want to hear it.
Jessie always wanted to be an actress. Worked her ass off for years, until finally she caught a break. Top billing. Parents were thrilled. And then, right before opening night,
her dad had an accident.
Collapsed from overwork. And in the worst possible place, Mako's storage. Lay there half a day before someone found him. Been like that ever since. No change whatsoever. And that's what got her into planetology. And led her to seek out Avalanche. How far we've come.
Jessie's got a theory about it. Thinks her dad's spirit is stuck now, between his body and the heart of the planet. So if we don't shut down the reactors soon,
he'll get caught up in the flow and poof. What's so funny?
The signal again?
Just
what do you mean?
I understand how you feel. Unlike most of the time.
Oh, the signal. I got you. Yep. Signals all over the place. What I love about this exchange is that Big says, who am I kidding? You don't want to hear about this, but Cloud, who has now gained this sort of camaraderie in the group, is 100% interested. He's like, no, I do want to hear this. It again shows his softer nature, his more sensitive and affectionate nature that Wedge, who's very intuitive, noted right away. He saw this in the first mission. It shows that like Cloud may put up this hard outer shell, but he is not fooling anyone. just through these little interactions. He wants to hear about these people. He cares about them. He wants to know why Jessie does what she does. He wouldn't ask these things if he didn't care. So I love little details like this. And the story of Jessie's dad, very tragic, of course. And more than enough reasoning for her to want to do the things she does.
It was the essence of life itself, of memory and hope.
That's an important line,
it's
too.
Not something you burn in a reactor just to keep the lights on. Hell no. Oh, don't tell Jessie about this little chat, okay? When she gets pissed, ooh, she gets punchy.
Well, no promises.
He's serious, Cloud. She'll beat the shit out of us.
Not my problem.
This guy.
Hey, it's the lot Jessie was talking about.
Yeah. It did strike a chord with him, for sure.
What we came for.
Gotta stay hidden. Wait for the signal.
It's so quiet.
Just need to get past this gate.
Wait.
Goodbye, sweet music.
Looks like someone beat us here.
And I don't think it was Jessie.
This had better not get in the way of our plans.
It won't.
And another thing I like about Cloud is that he's genuinely confident when he says these things. He tries to put up a front of being cool and edgy.
Warehouses are further in. Jessie's supposed to be circling around from the back, right?
But he genuinely believes and is confident in his abilities, and he should be. He should be given his mentality and why he thinks the way he does.
No need for
so yeah, I like that that's there as well.
Let's scout it out first.
I can handle this solo.
What? You're trying to keep us out of it now? Don't be a jackass.
We're in this together.
Don't expect me to save you.
If you need to check your gear, now's the time. Give the word when you're good to go.
You can use that vending machine over there to stock up.
Guess there's a training center too. Could go a few rounds before the main event.
Oh,
Man,
whoops.
I get really hungry when I'm nervous.
See, come on. We get it. We get it. Come on. Okay. High potion. Yeah, sure. Just get an even 5. Phoenix down. I already have 3. That's fine. This is fine. I should save, should I not?
Remind me, you've got summoning materia, don't you? There's no better way to deal with big groups. You'd be crazy not to equip it.
The training simulator out of this scene, it's really tense, but you can spend your time doing whatever. Just seems weird for the tone. Oh. I've never had a problem with it. It's not doing whatever, it's just vending machine. I mean, as long as you don't spend your time breaking immersion by just standing around here, it doesn't. I don't think it halts momentum too much. It's Cloud's front, cold and caring about payment when he's actually confident in caring. So his front. So his front is being the cool Avalanche soldier, the cool edgy guy, who's cold and detached and uncaring, and is too cool for school. But there's confidence in his ability. At the same time, there's a dualistic element to it, because there's confidence in his ability to take on challenges like this, because in his psychology, in his mind, he has been there and done that, and so has the experience to have the confidence to do that. So he puts up a front with regards to his personality, but not with regards to his combat ability, is how I would put it, if that makes sense.
Okay, let's go over the plan one last time. You start things off by cutting loose where everyone can see you.
And us?
We're the backup. First, we climb high enough to get a vantage point, then we go to town on them.
Heya.
I see that phrasing.
So, what did you want to talk about?
When spring comes, I'm leaving town. I'm going to Midgar.
Should have figured. All the guys are leaving.
But I'm not like them. I'm not going just to look for work.
Beautiful.
I'm going to be a soldier. The best of the best. Like Sephiroth.
The Great War hero, huh? Isn't it pretty hard to become a soldier?
Yeah. So I won't be back for a long time.
Guess not. Think you'll be in the papers?
I'll try.
Just promise me one thing. When we're older, and you're a famous soldier, if I'm ever trapped or in trouble, promise you'll come and save me.
Huh?
That's what heroes do. They save people. Please? Just once. Come on, promise me.
Like Sephiroth.
Fine. I promise.
Great track, musical track played here, by the way. And just really, really good execution of that scene in general. The voice for Cloud, it's a bit deep, yeah. But I still love that scene. And notably, his personality is...
You're having second thoughts.
Yeah.
I know we have to think big if we're going to make a difference. But not like this. I feel trapped.
So that's an indication of why that scene is placed here, because it being placed here is different than in the original, where it was, because obviously this chapter wasn't in the original. It was done much earlier.
That's the signal.
Notably, Cloud's personality all those years ago is very similar to how it is now.
Yeah.
Despite how much change he's been through, there are core elements of him that are definitely the same. Do we just go? Yeah. Him grasping his hand when remembering the promise, yep. Soldiers are like onions.
I don't see any intruders.
I agree, I think that's probably the prettiest night sky as well.
Hey, over there.
And yeah, early teens, 1,000 arrows. I don't know exactly, but around there. I was gonna say 14.
Give up?
Kill the bastard!
If Shrek. Who knows?
Burn.
Unauthorized entry of 76 Anna. All units, proceed to location secure. Unauthorized entry in 76 Anna.
Shrek is a good movie series, I like it. But no, spoiler alert, it's not in the top 100.
Hostile numbers confirmed. Threat minimal. Engage and subdue. Repeat.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 3 either. And I don't think I've seen 4, actually.
Give it up!
Putting up a fight, huh?
All right.
Let's finish this. It's over. This won't take long. Time to burn. Goodbye. Good riddance.
Don't let them escape!
Oh yeah, these guys don't like fire, I think. Yep.
Let's do this.
After 3, I said, that's enough ogre for me. Fair. Fairy Godmother is your favorite antagonist? Her arrogance on how she personally defines the standards of beauty and love are crazy in retrospect. I think I'd appreciate her more if I watched it now, but it's been literally a decade since I've seen it. I don't doubt it though. Great music placement and direction here as well. Again, this game is full of it.
Don't worry, I've got this. Catch me if you can.
I can't believe they do this. The epic slow-mo for him getting bitten in the ass.
You're mine. No more playing.
I had forgotten about that.
Let's do this. AC tree! Come and get him!
You're mine.
Don't eat me! Please don't eat me!
Come here, little doggies, come here.
That's a big... Yeah, I know.
Let's do this.
Foreshadowing.
That's that.
I can do this all night!
Get ready. You're mine. Going in.
How much more?
Let's get this over with.
Do you think you'll need?
You know what? There we go.
Need a light.
There we go, Wedge. Cloud has emotional wounds. This one is different. Very true.
Ran off the pizza.
Hell of a show, man. If only the ladies loved you that much.
I'm glad someone's enjoying themselves.
Guess he is good with animals. He interacts with those cats right away when we get to the top side.
Of course they store mechs here.
You ready?
Hell yeah.
More than you know. Look what I found. Let's give these jerks a taste of their own medicine.
Wedge is having the time of his life right now, and I mean that completely genuinely. Because, as we'll learn later, one of the biggest things he wants to do in life is contribute. Contribute to this cause, just contribute to a better world. It's a big insecurity of his, and so I imagine at this moment, just being able to contribute, even if it's in a very comical way, is more than he could have ever asked for. I like that about his role here. I'm gonna save those. I don't know if I need them later.
Need a light. All right.
What's up, Sean? How are you?
Enough.
Now that's what I call teamwork. Stay where you are.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
All right, assholes, show me your hands.
So this is a bit wacky. I like Roche's role here, but
Well, aren't we having a wonderful time kicking the hornet's nest?
the soldiers just kind of stand there and look when they were about to apprehend them. and watch this very intently
You
in
know
silence.
what I want. A second dance. Just the two of us.
The music is great, yep. Very tribal. The percussion.
The engine roars with excitement. It hungers to be set free!
It's like his beating, joyous heart.
Right. Come on.
Yep. Definite horny subtext here.
It's been a long time since I fought a duel out of the saddle. But, for all the miles on the clock...
Ooh.
I'm just as fast as I ever was. At last, our long-awaited dance begins. Here's to a fair...
Very Hisoka, that move he just did there. Oh, I don't have the limit anymore. Shit. Oops.
Time to burn.
And the soldiers continue to watch. Hey, Sketch, how are you? Hisoka would definitely enjoy his company.
Need a light.
I told you we were gonna push it past the red line! In the blink of an eye!
Burn.
Open up the throttle! In the blink of an eye!
I'm waiting.
Open up the throttle!
No escape.
Red line stand, yeah?
Company.
Calling fire.
Open up the throttle!
We're going in.
Wonderful gift you've given to me!
See ya. Well
Roche Loki looks like he belongs in a 90s delinquent anime with that hair of his. Yeah, I mean... He's plops right out of one into here.
With such fleeting pleasure? Hardly.
He's another one who would fit directly into the original game.
There are higher heights to which you and I can still...
Maybe not quite as horny, though. Maybe a little less horny. Hey, Tom Diddy, thanks very much.
Okay, boys, give them everything you've got, but kill the swordsman first.
I have a feeling it would look pretty interesting, Rusty. There's only so much they can do with those polygons, but I'd I'd love to see.
We really must do this again.
Yeah, we're
Till then, try not to die.
we're finishing chapter 4, Smith, so we got a little bit left to go.
My friend.
See you on the road indeed, my dude. He'll surely have a role to play in part 2. Surely.
God damn it.
Tifa and Aerith have some competition. They do, and Jesse as well.
Let's go.
Right.
Again, see, this is all... You can't really dismiss these little bits of character work because, again, that leads into what Wedge's core prime motivation in life is. His desire to be useful. It's shown right here. Foreshadowed right here.
Your team shouldn't be here. Glad yours is.
And then we have the division between sectors of Avalanche.
Wedge will be fine, but you won't be if they start asking questions.
And who are they?
First guests to the party, another Avalanche cell. Our holier-than-thou friends from the old guard. It's always their way or the highway. Lately, they've been a real pain in the ass. Till now.
So then why are they here?
Beats me. We've been on the outs ever since our cell got labeled too extreme. Though they're the ones running around with mil-spec gear. Word is, they cut a deal with Wutai. Promised them all the materia in Midgar, apparently. Think there's any truth to that?
Interesting aspect there, the Wutai connection with them and the cell.
The only ones who've realized the war's over.
Another part 2 plotline that I think will manifest there.
Okay, mission complete. Let's make our way back to the lot.
Right.
Looking a lot more crowded now.
Security's out in force.
Just what we need.
So, are we not gonna wait for Wedge?
If we stuck around or went back, we'd only get upset.
Why is that?
As a soldier, you wouldn't understand. Don't tell him you were worried about it, no?
Excuse me? Oh, where's the old lady? There's an old lady somewhere soon here. Oh, it's after this.
You made it! Over here!
Yeah, reference early and often for sure. I didn't know if it would just be a throwaway little thing, but they're clearly doing more with it.
I mean, it made my job a lot easier, but...
Consistent throughout the first part, and I think it'll be more important later.
That was close.
We'll go get him.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Come on.
Not my finest hour.
You get hit?
Just winged, I think.
Hey, Taku.
Oh, shot!
Really?
He's really dying.
Are we seriously doing this here? That's... wow.
You guys are the worst.
Huh? Your ass is fine. Maybe singed, but the only casualty is your underwear. This is like a bruise or a mild burn at worst.
Sound design?
Now that was a gunshot.
Is that a smile I spy?
It's not safe here. We should go.
Flustered Cloud.
Copy that.
Very cute.
So, how do we get back to the slums?
Do you watch Trash Taste occasionally? No, I don't. I've never actually seen it, I don't think. He didn't deny it.
Man, can't believe HQ was running an op tonight.
All residents are to return to their homes and remain indoors until further notice.
They're ramping
I
up for
repeat,
something.
for your safety, go home.
I heard someone say it was an attack.
Yeah, it's not a great armor piece. Again, more concerns from the street level. I like this, again, the societal approach, the approach of the civilian perspective. Where's the old lady? There she is. There's the old lady. She wants to take on,
It's Wutai, isn't it?
It's Wutai, yeah.
My God, I'll teach him to mess with Midgar. Don't you worry about me. I killed myself a platoon's worth of them bastards back in the war.
Oh.
Yes, thank you for your service.
Thank you for
Now,
your service.
Just allow me to escort you back home.
That's funny.
Come on, man, let me through! Access to this area is restricted. Turn to your homes at once.
Just these little touches from the street level, I always love them. It's something the story does consistently well. What are we doing?
Right. This is it.
Okay.
Through here and we're home free.
Where exactly are we going?
When we get there, you'll know. Now that I've got my black
If she doesn't join for the final fight, I'm gonna be peeved. Me too.
for our next mission.
Sure hope so.
Yeah, me too. For your dad's sake.
Hey, what the hell, man?
Huh?
So
Cloud was just saying how he hopes to come back and try to make our special next time.
Really, huh? Cloud said that?
Sure did. Wants a whole pie to himself. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Really? Well, okay then. Maybe I'll lend Mom a hand next time too.
That'd be awesome.
Super duper awesome.
So he's kind of tactless in saying that, because either because he's not supposed to know or just because it's kind of blunt to say it there. Maybe a combination of both. But his heart's in the right place, right? He doesn't know any better. He's just a pure little boy who doesn't know how to interact socially sometimes. But again, emphasizes his heartfelt nature consistently.
Should be somewhere around here. Bingo. I half figured my dad got it wrong, but nope. They're here just like he said.
Fighting Yuppie? Yeah.
Huh? What do you mean half figured?
50-50 is pretty good odds if you ask me.
So, for anyone who's played this, do you enjoy the scene upcoming? Some people think it's a bit jarring, that the music's a bit strange. Some people don't like it that I've talked to. Personally, I adore this scene. It's such a beautiful encapsulation of the hopes and idealistic dreams of Avalanche here. What you love it, yeah. What they hope to accomplish, how what their dreams are, how high they reach, and I think that knowing things that happen later on makes this in particular a very complex and emotional moment. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see in a second. You've never heard a bad thing? I've in playthroughs I've seen and just here and there on Twitter, and like I said, I made that 3-hour video on Final Fantasy VII Remake. In the comments, people have said that they don't like that scene. It's a vocal minority. It's not. I'm not saying it's everyone, but oh, you haven't seen this? Okay, we shall see. Yeah, I love this scene. It's
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you coming all this way with me. And like I said before, I'd be grateful if you kept this between us until after the mission. I don't want to complicate things.
Sure. Okay, who's ready to fly?
Me?
Hey, Cloud, you let him down gently, all right?
Yep.
Wait, I almost forgot. One more thing.
Whoa! Stop it! What in the hell are you trying to...
Easy, you'll make us fall.
Not if you do first.
Swing by my place after, so I can pay you in full.
interesting line there.
No! Wait! Give me a minute!
No.
Why you have to be such a hard ass, bro?
I ain't your bro.
Whew. I love this. I love this. Also, it completely looks like Cloud is grabbing his ass there.
I could have done more. Just got hurt.
You did enough. You took one for the team. Be proud.
Yeah? Yeah.
feels like we're flying high these days.
Now, more than ever.
He's a keeper, all right.
Yeah! Together, we can take on the world!
Very cheesy, but very good in my opinion. Yeah, the perspective for that scene is very interesting. Definitely gives you a inaccurate impression of what's going on there. Cloud was just offering him some support, you know? He did a good job.
I'll head home on my own. After all, I'm only a little sore.
It's cool. We'll go together.
Aw, thanks, bro.
Cut that out.
This way.
Which is fantastic.
Think Jesse and Biggs made it back safe?
I guess.
He intuitively understands
Well,
Cloud.
if we check on them, we'll pass by their places anyway.
Sure.
You saw it too, right? Over Scrap Boulevard?
It was fantastic. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I love this scene. Very cheesy, but in the best way. Like other things about this game.
Well, this is Big's place. I guess he hasn't made it home yet.
Yeah, great use of music. A come down, like a
Casing it again.
more
He's got a
chill.
habit of overthinking things.
That's actually important, so I'll pause. The music's more chill, but again, it's that common Midgar theme, the Sector 7 theme, Final Fantasy 7 theme. Nice rendition of it for the tone of this scene. And this is important about Biggs. He's got a habit of overthinking things, worrying about all the possible outcomes till his head hurts.
All the possible outcomes till his head hurts.
Wouldn't have guessed.
And when he worries, I worry. Anyway, let's head on over to Jesse's.
Me wanted to leave Midgard and go over some.
Word is, the former reactor.
Watch the boxes, bud.
Thinking there might be more to come.
This is where Jesse lives. Men are not allowed inside.
It is.
Lots of
It's the
pretty
voice
girls
actor for
trying to
Badger,
make it
yeah.
Big on stage live here. So don't hang around or they might get the wrong idea.
Huh.
I'm telling you this for your own good, Cloud. People around here love to gossip.
They know about Jesse and Avalanche?
Nah, it's all good. They think she's an actress. Oh, and one more thing, bro. It's all a game to her. Don't fall for it.
You lost me.
Life's a stage and love's the play.
Very questionable, indeed. I don't actually think it's all a game to Jesse. I think she does genuinely care about him. I think some of it's a game, for sure. But I do think there's some truth in there, some honesty.
Hey there, Bigums, Reggie, Smalls. Brought a new friend to meet you.
What?
These little guys are on guard duty today.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for seeing me home.
Really sorry about your ass.
It's all good, bro.
It's kind of weird when you call me that.
Hey, don't be scared. Deep down, he's a big softie. It's okay.
Really sorry about your ass.
Good job, guys. Great work.
Yeah, the cats do
Missed
look
you
great.
too. Oh, Bigums, acting so tough. And you, Reggie, you are just the cutest. Aw, Smalls, do you want a belly rub? Hey, bro, wanna chill with me and the gang for a bit?
Another out of context quote, yeah.
The cats, dummy. Who else? Bigamous Rex, Reginaldo, Mr. Smalls.
Right.
Right. So I want to find Biggs's place. Where was that? It's somewhere here. Okay, yeah.
Everyone and their mother knows that no matter what the future
I'm so sick of living life in the gutter.
Oh god, did I miss it? Yeah, I missed it. Whoops, my bad.
Try another distro room?
I stayed up all night thinking about the reactor bomb.
Big, yeah. I think so, Dragonite.
Strife, you'd show up. Without further ado, here you are. Thanks for stepping up, Merc. And now for the cherry on top.
Okay, I get it. Mind letting me breathe?
Depends. Mind coming over tomorrow night? My roommates should all be out for a while.
Are you seriously that desperate? Just let go already.
Only if you promise to come back tomorrow night. Deal?
Deal or no deal? No promises are not happening. I made my mind up, but what do you guys think? No promises. Yeah. So what I find interesting here is that Cloud actually gets a tiny bit annoyed. Like, are you that desperate? Because he is not that type of guy to be totally comfortable with that sort of talk. But at the same time, it's not like he's super annoyed at her or anything like that. Just kind of interesting. Again, towing the line from Jesse.
No promises, but I'll think it over.
Really? You will? I'd make a mean pizza, I'll have you know. Marsh, Loosh, Black
And she's
Mary,
genuinely
jelly,
very
use
happy when
only
he
the
says
best
yes.
ingredients. Sound good?
Or no promises.
Never heard of any of that stuff.
Oh, you are so adorable, you know that? You just leave everything to me. It'll be great. Nighty-night. Psych.
Bad idea.
Bad idea. Okay, let's find Big somewhere. Where? There he is. So you know how Wedge says that he needs to keep himself occupied. He's a worrywart. He worries about everything. This is him right here, keeping himself occupied, doing whatever he can to just take his mind off of his anxiety. In this case, just like sweeping, pretending to be sweeping, but he's genuinely not concerned about the sweeping as much as taking his mind off of the mission tomorrow. Yes, isn't in Cloud's dictionary. Yep. So this is a nice bit of characterization for Biggs. I like this a lot. And it's you can miss it.
Cloud.
You can miss it pretty easily.
Survived the jump? How's Wedge?
He's fine.
Well, that's good to hear. Tomorrow's a really big day for all of us. When Wedge said he'd been shot, I was afraid we'd have to call off the whole damn thing. Heading topside in secret. Don't think I could have faced Barrett if something had happened. But Jessie'd been acting weird, and I knew I couldn't just ignore her.
See?
Biggs.
She must be prepping the bomb right now. But will she be able to finish before morning? I should go and see if she needs any...
Biggs.
Yeah, good voice work.
Sorry. Our shoot was blown pretty far off course. It felt like a bad omen or something. So...
Get some rest. You need it.
Roger.
That's exactly what it is, Sean.
Night. And thanks, really. Lesson 1 for life on the ground floor. A good long rest will cure anything. Thanks for the refresher.
Mm-hmm. Jesse and Biggs both have great performances. Yeah. I like Wedge's too. I think all three of them. Wedge has the more overblown performance. Biggs is a bit more subtle, but still really does a good job. Oh yeah, Tifa.
She's probably asleep.
And then, so we just have a couple scenes, and then I'm going to end for today. But sleep until tomorrow, I guess. I think that progresses. I think all characters do. Yeah, fair.
Cloud?
Yeah,
You were out for a while.
just walking.
I ran into Johnny, by the way. Said not to worry. He was getting out of...
Sorry to pause, but again, great work for the voice acting for Tifa, and again, the body language. You can tell she's very nervous about something, and she wants to say something. But what is it? Like, what does she actually want to say? You know, lots of great work done with the presentation for Tifa here as well. Again, you're going to see some negative space between them to show the communication barrier.
Town.
Oh, that guy.
You weren't thinking of leaving Midgar anytime soon, were you?
Well, seems this old friend of mine's in a tight spot. Long time ago, I said I'd be there for her. Made a promise. So...
There's the space. Very deliberate.
I'd say this is quite what I had in mind when I put that on you way back when.
If you want to talk, I'm listening.
Huh? What's with you all of a sudden?
With me?
Like you're losing that hard edge.
That bad?
Not at all. I like it. Maybe Marlene won't be so scared of you next time. I'm really glad to have you back, Cloud. Really glad. Oh, it's pretty late, huh? I'd like to catch up more, but we should probably both get some sleep, yeah?
Yeah.
Good night, then.
And she never encroaches upon that space. Yep. The body language does open up, but she doesn't close the space, right? Very indicative.
Sleep and dream the sweetest dreams.
Cloud!
What's wrong?
Come with me! Quickly! We were getting ready to set out when those things showed up and came after us.
The others?
Barrett and Jesse are holding their ground, but for how long? I don't know.
Let's go.
Right.
Reminds me a lot of Dementors. Death Eaters and Dementors. So 1,000 Arrows. I talked about them at greater length in that video I've been talking about, and in the VOD for the first one. But in general, I think they're conceptually very good. Conceptually, they have a huge role, and I understand why they're there and they're necessary. But the execution is clumsy sometimes. It's very clunky sometimes. It could definitely be better. So overall, a net positive, but I do think it could have been polished quite a bit.
Let's finish this. There's no end to this.
Bring it!
Don't overdo it.
Let me handle this. Freeze! Keep it up! Gotcha!
Again, Oblivion, if you want a great explanation, or not a great one, but an elaborate explanation for it, the video would be the place to go, but essentially they just...
No idea. Pretty sure you can't even see them unless they make physical contact first.
That's all you can tell me?
So...
I can tell you they're not invincible.
Hold on.
I guess that's something.
So essentially they get in your way a lot of the time. They just stop you from seeing materia. And there's no characterization, which is obviously necessary for this sort of thing. But essentially they're just kind of annoying. And in these sort of situations where they're blocking you off from materia, they're blocking you off from, ways to progress the story, and they're just this wall, these hurricanes of things. I don't know, it just feels clunky. They're just put in here to stop you, and then, okay, they go away. I think it could have been more elegantly handled. That'll be more or less a summary of it, but again, I talked about it in a more cohesive and a better way in that video I mentioned. There's a section on the whispers you can find in the table of contents. Essentially, they're just kind of annoying, and in-game, in-story, they're just not as interesting as they are to think about, if that makes sense.
We're running out of time.
The other way.
Yeah, over here.
Dementies.
Again?
Are they trying to stop us from reaching the others? Cloud, this way.
Those are Marco's. Marco just got some problems.
It's like trying to fight a hurricane.
Stay on your feet.
You don't have to tell me that.
I did. Not to a great degree, Oblivion, but just that, I think I explained it. Maybe I didn't elaborate on it, but that's essentially what I mean. I talked more about their positives in the video, I think, than the negatives. If you've seen Maximilian Dude's videos on these, I essentially think exactly what he thinks about them in terms of why they're kind of clunky. So Oblivion 13, I actually don't think they'll be in future parts. So the jury may be out, but I don't think they'll be in future parts unless you just want to see how the story develops because of their influence. Nice to have you back, Dragon Knight.
Let's get serious.
Expecto Patronum. Don't get me wrong, though. I think the whispers are definitely a net positive, and I do like them. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean, Oblivion 13. Yeah, you haven't seen it at 60 Complex?
We ain't putting on a damn show! The hell were those things? Some kind of... I don't know. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, though. Never can tell what weird shit will come crawling out of the scrap down here. It's those reactors, I'm telling you.
It hurt?
Wish I could say it didn't, but yeah. God, this is so embarrassing. Hate playing the damsel in distress.
It happens.
What did you do to your leg? Does it hurt?
Not nearly as much as the fuss everyone's making.
Still, I think you ought to avoid putting any...
I'm fine.
Oh.
That's enough. You're out, Jesse.
Huh? What about the mission? We already sent Biggs in, remember? Don't tell me you're thinking of calling it off.
No, we got this.
The hell you do.
If you need someone to step up, I'm your man.
Who do you turn to now?
Okay. So here's the thing.
I'm gonna need a raise.
Consider it done. All right, everyone. Cloud's in. The mission is on.
Go and raise some hell for me, okay?
Listen, Wedge. I need you to hang back and guard the home front.
What? But I'm in perfect health.
Which makes you the perfect choice to look after Jesse and Marlene. Let's get this show on the road to Mako Reactor 5. Once you got your gear in order, head to the station for the meet. Got it?
Hey, Marninto. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well too.
This'll help you get squared away. Don't tell me I never did nothing for you. I'm counting on you, soldier boy.
Okay.
I'm counting on you, bro. Don't let anything happen to the others.
So I think where I'm going to end here is the next scene.
Relegated to stagehand once again. I'm starting to think I'll never have a starring role.
We're just going to do the first scene of chapter 5.
What's this? Words of encouragement? Thanks. I need them.
And stop there. We'll get a nice scene in for the Cloud and Tifa shippers.
All right, let's get going.
Sure. After you take a deep breath.
Huh?
I can tell you're nervous.
That obvious, huh? Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna make our way over to the station, get on, watch the cutscene there, and then after all that stuff happens, I'll save there, I think. Because chapters 5 and 6 of this game are full of padding. I might actually, off-screen, get through some of it, because it's very thin there. There's lots of content that isn't story-focused that I might just get through just to save a bit of time here, so we won't be just watching me continuously doing puzzles and fighting enemies. But I'll think about that.
Cloud, it's unfortunate that you were unable to assist me with my research.
My bad. My bad, Chadley. Yeah, freak. So we're about to end in the next few minutes, but yeah.
Which I hope you will assist me in completing.
Okie dokie. No, it's okay, Chadley. We'll do that later.
I heard they're running an emergency schedule. It's okay. I'm ready.
You finally said it. I'm so happy.
All right, people. Mission starts the moment we board that train. You sure you ready for this?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Well, then, what are you
Barrett's making me nervous for some reason. I'm just gonna save. Okay.
All right, people. You sure you ready for this?
I did abandon your boy. I also abandoned some cats earlier on. But I'm sure Betty found them, I'm
Do you
sure.
think Biggs is on schedule?
All we can do is hope.
Today really gotta be the day, huh?
Ain't no stopping this train we're on, son. A lot of people risk their lives to get it right. Already put the word out. More is coming too. Shut them all down by the date, or we shut another down for you. Ain't on us. Not us.
See him talking to himself there. Again, there wasn't much Barrett character work in this stream, but it's that same thing I was talking about earlier. He tells himself, he tries to convince himself that these things aren't his fault, that there are no negatives to what they're doing. But yeah, deflecting blame. Just great little touches. They'd never forget about them, even when, well, this is now getting back to more Barrett focus, but such a great sense of characterization here.
Play it cool.
Do I have a favorite chapter from part 1? The last one? 1, 2, 4, 7? What, the first one with Aerith? I forget which number it is. Those would be the highlights, I think. I wouldn't be able to pick one, though. 1, 2, 4, Aerith chapter. And then probably the final one. Chapter 8? Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 4, 8. Final chapter.
We anticipate that our arrival in Sector 4 will be later than scheduled.
The target's Mako Reactor 5. From the station, we take the back streets. Once we're inside the facility, It's the same deal as last time.
Head for Mako storage.
And then blow it all to hell.
It does, doesn't it? It does look like my current logon thing.
Let's do this one for Jesse and Wedge. They deserve it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And notably, Barrett has his sunglasses again.
I didn't think word would spread this fast.
Oh, the Wall Market Chapter 2. Yeah, that would be up there too.
And none of them look happy to be here.
Might stand out as a group. You two stay here.
Great ambient, more subtle but still very effective, edgy music here.
Cloud.
The train will be passing an ID checkpoint shortly.
Here comes the first hurdle.
Not much of one.
I know, but that doesn't mean I don't have butterflies in my stomach.
I agree, Aburai. That chapter is phenomenal, and Aerith is arguably the best character. I think her along with Cloud are the two best characters in this game.
Hey, would you mind keeping an eye on things the next car over? I'm worried there might be trouble.
Why's that?
Barrett's always on edge before missions, but you know he's a good guy underneath it all. The people on this train don't.
They'll be fine.
Maybe, but I won't be until I know for sure.
Be right back.
Thanks.
Oh, here we go, middle manager boy.
So, do you still support those terrorists? Avalanche is a blight on Midgar.
Huh?
Their bomb threat has thrown our offices into chaos, let alone the reactor itself. It's total insanity! But we won't lose heart. No! Everyone at Shinra agrees. The reactor will stay online.
Is that right?
What? You got a problem with that?
Do I have a problem with that? Oh, you can bet.
He doesn't.
Asshole.
Middle manager's a neat little character.
You know you're better than that.
Dun, 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 dun. Why don't you go check on Tifa? Quit screwing around here.
I have nothing more to say to you and your friend.
Poor guy. You good?
Keep Midgar running. Its vast amounts of Mako, which no doubt harms the planet.
There's stuff over here.
Tifa's the other way, idiot.
Sorry. It's to show he's on edge. Again, a lot of the same things that were happening in the beginning, where trying to convince himself through trying to convince others that what they're doing is completely righteous, that there are no negative ramifications or byproducts, that they're not in the wrong at all. Like they're not being reckless. There's no flaws to their ideals or methods. Excuse me. A lot of that sort of posturing to try and make himself feel more comfortable. I have played the Yuffie DLC, and I made a video on it. It'll be out in 2 to 3 weeks.
Not good.
Get over here! Now!
Beard would never accept a flaw in his favorite anime. Damn straight he wouldn't.
Bought it.
You have to get to the next car.
Keep moving, people! Get to car 2. You want to survive this? Get moving!
Yes, sir!
I'm coming. Hello? Oh. Oops.
Calling fire.
Yeah, it was. It was. I'm pretty sure it was Rusty.
You have to get out of here.
What are you doing?
Trying to keep you alive.
But I work for Shinra. I'm the enemy.
I don't care. I don't want anyone to die. Please.
I'll look after the others.
My turn.
There's no end to them.
Yeah, I like the little touch as well. Middle manager has his own art, just like the Shinra guards, the humorous ones.
The station will be crawling with security. We gotta jump.
Screw that.
Need to slow the train down.
Sounds like a Biggs plan E.
Show us how it's done, bud.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Nice little moment.
Ready.
Barrett is the best. Aerith wouldn't have hesitated as much. Probably not. And let's not even get into Jesse. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna save right here. Right here is a good stopping point, because we're just about to start the main part of Chapter 5. Okay. So that's all we're gonna do for this stream. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed chapters 3 and 4. Like I said, I might get through a little bit more of the padding here because it's very, very low on story content. So I'll see. I'll think about it. But either way, every Wednesday we do this Final Fantasy VII Remake Analytical playthrough. So you can look out for this next Wednesday. If I do it any earlier, I might tweet something. It's possible. So just keep an eye on my Twitter. Glad you. To sum up, Antagonist, it's definitely improved, yeah. But that might just be specific to Yuffie. So yeah, glad you guys enjoyed. I'll just finish this here. I did save. And, yeah. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Just gotta figure out who to raid. Also, for future streams, I might do one on Sunday. That's a maybe, but for sure, Monday again with Attack on Titan, the review of the newest Attack on Titan episode. So if you're interested in that, and for me to continue my top 100 as well, you can stop on in for that. A week today, for sure, will be the next Final Fantasy VII Remake part. Just for everyone who's curious. 2 more streams to become affiliated, Dragon Knight Supreme. At which point we can do subs and all that. So let me raid Louisiana. She is playing Final Fantasy X-2, in case you guys enjoy that game. Even if not, she's a very entertaining streamer, so we'll give her a raid. Also, indirect raid, if you're interested in the final bit of Amori, Critty is playing that. Criticold. He's playing that on his channel if you're interested, which I will be watching the VOD for. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Many thanks for watching, guys. Just getting this raid ready. And yeah, so like I said, maybe Sunday, definitely Monday for sure.